what's happening, everybody? Welcome to the ASAP Afternoon Blitz, Thursday, March 16th, 2023. Green Bay sucks. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Jay McLovin. How's it going, Jay?
Hey, it's doing pretty good there. Mike, I just had one thing really kind of sort of to tell you, man, that in pregame, your ass is really white. You need to tan it up a little bit, sir. I recommend a nice, good, solid base 3 or base 4 level tan would do that just nicely.
Oh, shit. And then we're joined by Mike Hughes. How's it going, Mike?
I'm doing well. Me and my ass are doing extremely well. We're having a good day, you know. Couldn't be better.
Well, that's a good. This is officially the best time of year. You had the March Madness, not the basketball, but the wrestling's on right now. This is my favorite time of the year, college nationals, and it's always the same. Starts the same time as the college basketball. But a kid that me and Dad used to coach is wrestling this. He won the Big Ten championship a couple weeks ago, so he's going for a national championship as a freshman.
And he's gonna give you a little, a nice little payday if he wins, though, right?
I'm hoping he can win this year and win 3 more, but he's only a redshirt freshman. But no, he's a cool kid.
Jay McLovin saw that was not the question I asked. I didn't get the answer I wanted, but hey, it's all right. I like a modest Gonzo, a humbled Gonzo. He's just there for the support. But I'd collect my.
I'm waiting on his first round match here.
Again, not the answer I was looking for, but yeah.
I get this. I get this.
Hey, listen. Hey, look. Only reason Mike's saying that is because he is so riding high on all the Chicago Bears stuff that he just don't care. Everything's just peachy in this world right now.
I'm living life, man. I'm just vibing.
There's been a lot of upsets already, too.
Yeah, I was peeping some of them. Oh, Big Frank.
Frank the Tank.
That's cool. It's all right. He doesn't have to speak. I'll speak for him, Gonzo. Did you see the Blackhawks beat the Bruins 6-3 with a hat trick, too?
Mike, say it with your chest.
I'm sorry. What happened, Frankie?
I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm sorry. Are you talking about the Blackhawks that are all the way in the bottom of the NHL?
And you lost to him.
Does it matter? Does it really? Hold on, but does it matter when you already clinched playoffs before anybody else in the entire?
Does it matter when we beat you in the Stanley Cup in 2013?
Yeah, it really doesn't matter.
2013, baby, forever.
Yep, keep living in the past forever.
That's cool because you haven't done shit since, and you lost back then too.
You're mad.
Hey,
you're mad because you lost everybody on the Blackhawks.
I'm mad. Hey, Gonzo, can I ask you a question? If you won 3 Stanley Cups in 5 years and fucked up the Boston Bruins in the process, the Detroit Red Wings, and the Tampa Bay Lightning, would you be mad? I wouldn't be mad. Now, hey, let me ask you this, Jay. Follow up. Would you be mad if you lost in the Stanley Cup playoffs and then lost to the 15-40 Chicago Blackhawks? I'd be blue. I'd be upset.
I would be livid.
Oh,
I'd be livid.
I couldn't sleep at night.
I would go out there and demand a new recounted game that we probably got cheated.
Bro, I would feel like Adam Schefter trying to text Aaron Rodgers. It just wouldn't be going anywhere, man.
Well, like I said to you before, Mike, the Chicago Blackhawks are just like the Chicago Skies, and they are going downhill.
That's cool,
So
but you know what they both are?
Enjoy your one good win, sir. If that makes you happy, congratulations. Enjoy watching us in the playoffs come that time. You'll be sitting on the couch, still getting excited about the Chicago Bears, while me and Jay are in the playoffs of hockey and our very first full season of understanding and knowing it.
You know what's even more exciting?
You hockey loser.
I'm a hockey loser. One of the best teams in
back like almost 10 years ago.
Almost 10 years ago.
Man, I gotta stop this. My nipples are chafing.
Shut up, Mike. I came in here to try and talk football fantasy. Nobody.
Okay, cool. All right, Gonzo, I'm gonna throw it today. I'm gonna let it be easy for you. Frankie, you talked a lot about DeAndre Hopkins. You talked a lot about other wide receivers that were available. How do you feel getting Juju?
I mean, I really don't.
Pretty shitty, right?
Professional? No,
I
don't feel shitty at all.
Are you going to do a TikTok?
I'm pretty sure he's not going to be able to do a TikTok. Knowing Bill Belichick and how he runs things, he's probably already talking to Juju saying, "We're not doing that shit here. We don't do that around here. You're probably going to have to do that on your free time on the weekends with your kids."
Oh, that's crazy.
I mean, it's whatever. I mean, Juju's just basically coming in and taking the role of Jacoby Myers. I still think that Bill Belichick is going to try and get something up his sleeve to get DeAndre Hopkins or even Jerry Jeudy, like I said to you yesterday, because Jerry Jeudy's been on the trade market with Denver.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting Bill Belichick to do something in the upcoming weeks leading up to the draft. But I'm also wondering, like, is Bill O'Brien also getting in the way with Bill Belichick on seeing who he wants in this offense as well? Because Bill O'Brien is taking care of the Patriots offense this year. So I want to know a little bit more on that. But I feel fine with Juju, bro. Honestly, as long as he can stay healthy, I feel like he'll be a great playmaker, just like Jacoby Myers were.
Yeah, I just think
he's been a better option than what you had.
Yeah, 100% better than what you had. No, that's what I was gonna say. But I mean, that's a big part of it too, is the fact that Jacoby's gone. So it kind of, like, to me, it kind of cancels each other out. Like, if you would have been able to keep Jacoby and bring in Juju, I think that's a really, not a great wide receiver room, not even a good wide receiver room, but a solid wide receiver room. But now just with Juju there, I just feel like you like you said, you kind of have to make a move for D-Hop or have to make a move for somebody like that. I don't know if they would give up on Jerry Jeudy. What is it, year 2, year 3 for Jerry Jeudy? I think it's really too early. I want to see him with another year with Russell Wilson, see what happens with that. But guys like Sutton and Patrick and a bunch of other guys are definitely probably available. But I think it'd be hey, if you got Jerry Jeudy, that's a steal to me, because again, it's another teammate of Mac Jones from Alabama. So I mean, that'd be a great connection.
Yeah, that would be a nice connection.
Yeah, I kind of feel like it's messed up on Jacoby Myers' part. Him leaving to the Raiders and us getting Juju is like basically the same deal, and it's kind of like lowballing Jacoby Myers after what he just did for the Patriots the past 4 years. But hey, I think Bill Belichick, and I said it to Jay before, I think the one reason why Bill Belichick did not retain Jacoby Myers is because of that play that he did against the Las Vegas Raiders that cost us a chance to go into overtime and potentially get a win. That's what honestly I think would ruin his chances. But I think we got a little bit of more of a playmaker with Juju, especially someone who just came off of a season playing with Patrick Mahomes and winning a Super Bowl. I feel like it's going to be a kind of like not a good fit or a better fit, but just the right fit for him to be with the Patriots and learning with Bill Belichick.
Mm.
Do you think that the Patriots can maybe be in play for OBJ?
I've heard news is a lot, and there's a lot of people, and that's why I didn't reply to Dustin, because Dustin's going around with this Twitter thing saying that OBJ have narrowed down to 2 teams, which is the Vikings and I forgot who was the other team. It was the Vikings and somebody else.
The Chiefs.
Yeah, and the Chiefs. And I'm just like, I'm over here thinking to myself, like, I'm not even going to reply to you, because every analyst around the world is literally saying that about their teams that they're covering. I've been hearing that the Patriots been talking to OBJ. I've been hearing that the Cowboys are trying to bring in OBJ. Like, everybody's trying to bring in OBJ. So, like, at this point, it really wouldn't matter to me if we get OBJ. It's the same thing with Juju. Can he stay healthy? If the Patriots get him, I'll be excited. But the one thing about it is health. That's the one thing that will concern me. And I still think if we get OBJ, we still have to go out there and get one more solid receiver, and just because of the health issue.
McLovin, I'm feeling a little vicious. I'm feeling a little shicey. I'm feeling a little petty. And I was just talking. Speak of the devil. Speak of the handsome man himself. Pride from Prideful Takes. Here, Pride.
What up, Mike Daddy?
Talking about being very optimistic and potentially getting another wide receiver like D-Hop or maybe even OBJ. And I was telling Pride, the Bears spent a lot of money. but they still got over 50 million left. And I feel a little petty. I think Frankie, if I'm the Bears, whatever contract you're about to throw at OBJ, I double that shit. I double that shit in length. I double that shit in salary. I double that shit in the amount of masseuses he's gonna have here, the amount of Jordans we're gonna send him, everything.
Yeah,
we're gonna get him everything that man wants.
And that's the perfect reason why Mike Hughes is not in front office as a GM for the Chicago Bears.
And you know what though? Why not? But why not?
Why are you gonna throw out a lot of money for an injured-prone person?
I'll be honest. I would not do that for OBJ only because of like he needs to prove he can be healthy, and then he's kind of older and all that stuff. But on that big dick energy Ryan poses on, he's gonna throw OBJ a blank check and say, "Get your ass over here, dog."
Hey, listen, Frankie, I'm telling you right now, and I've told Pride this. I think in the position and like where they're ranked right now, you got DJ Moore, Darnell Mooney, and Chase Claypool at the 3. We don't need OBJ, but like Pride just said,
no, you need him. Come on, stop.
I don't need him. But I want him.
You need him because if you got Chase Claypool having to be an important factor, you're fucked. You going under 500. You need OBJ.
An important factor. It's really not an important factor though.
You need him to be an important factor. You need him.
I don't think so.
You just named him like, oh yeah, we didn't need OBJ. We got Chase Claypool.
I was just naming the depth chart, sir.
I'd rather drown in the pool. If Chase Claypool is third on your depth chart, you're beat. You're beat. You're beat. You're beat.
Mike, I just want to ask you, Mike.
Hold on. Hey,
come
Frankie,
on, listen.
I wanted to ask Frankie something. See our connection? Frankie, can you name the 3 top wide receivers on the Chiefs?
Travis Kelce.
No. Sir, I said purebred.
No, get out of here.
I said purebred wide receiver.
No, he's a wide receiver. That's a bend over.
Okay.
That's what they put in that tight end.
So if that's how you want to put it, I could say DJ Moore, Cole Kmet, Darnell Mooney, and Chase Claypool. No.
See, if you would have said
Chiefs,
that,
the only person I could think of for the Chiefs is Scantling. That's it.
Pride, I came here to fuck with Frankie with you. It was supposed to be a tag team. Why are we fighting?
You tell me, Michael.
You tell me, Riley.
Don't throw my government out like that.
Right, don't call me my government, bro. Fuck.
Michael.
All right, then. I don't know why you're laughing, Jason.
Damn. Look, man. Yeah. I'm just here for the slander on John Morant. That's all I'm here for.
I'm just trying to figure out what to do with my hands. Franklin.
There you go, you Franklin.
Who's that?
You, Frankie? That's you.
That's not me.
That's you, Franklin.
No, you just said my name before. I don't know who Franklin is.
He called you. He said Franklin the Turtle. God damn.
I mean, if we're naming people, since Jay wants to take names, I might as well just call him Jonathan Mathis.
That's a crazy.
So yeah, Mike.
Okay, Freddie Henderson.
Oh.
Hey, Freddie takes dudes.
If you're gonna go for the juggler, go all the way to the top, or don't go at all.
Hey, what you guys think?
Because guess what? Freddie takes dues, and Jonathan pays his dues. So give me my money.
Chris, what are you saying, bro?
Let's talk about John Morant, like Pride said for a minute.
Oh no, this is much more fun. Let's not go anywhere but right here.
I'm
cool. I'm cool with talking about John. That's fine.
Yeah, because we got it. Honestly, the hatred on John Morant now is getting. And I think the reason why everyone is coming hard. And Mike, I said this yesterday because you posted something on Facebook. Pause. No, fast forward. They're coming real hard on him, bro. They're coming everywhere. But the reason is, and I'm being serious, bro. I honestly think a lot of it comes like from some fans. It's just the hatred. Like the Memphis Grizzlies for Mike, the past 3-4 months have started to become the most. It's so easy to hate them. It's becoming mad easy to look at them, right? And right. Just straight up hate them for everything they do. If John Morant says his favorite color is blue and he wears red, we gotta kill him. Like that's kind of the vibe everyone on Memphis is. People started to hate Steven Adams. My man just chilling. He ain't do nothing wrong ever. There's the worst thing he ever done.
He ain't even played since January, and people.
Let's keep it a beat, bro. And people hating on him, right? So at this point, it's just a Memphis thing. But I'll be honest. The other 2 reasons, you're either stupid as hell and don't know what you're talking about, or you're trying to shuck and jive and sell out to try to further yourself. Ja Morant getting 8. Like, here's the thing. What these people are doing, you need to give Ja Morant an opportunity to change himself before you come down with the hammer. If you just come down with the hammer for no reason, that's not going to fix the problem. If anything, he going to double, triple, quadruple down.
Yeah.
Again, what he did was stupid. You said what?
Let's give him a week. The man went to therapy for a week, and now he wants to come back. So everybody's going to try and change their thought. So get out of here.
And let's be honest. And can we keep it a beat on here? Are we ready to have this conversation? The same people who want to kill Ja Morant are the same people that beg for Myers Leonard to get a job again in the NBA. My man's trash. Forget what he did when he was streaming. The kid is trash.
Yeah.
And you got people begging and hoping he could get another opportunity.
You know what it is for me too, and I feel like it's hard for me to speak on it because obviously I'm about the whitest dude on this panel.
Now you know why you light skinned.
Hey, McLovin, I'm light skinned, but yeah, really looking at it, young black men get success and they get the fame, they get the money, they get everything that comes with that, and then it's always trying to chop them down or trying to find the wrongs of why they shouldn't have all these endorsements, why they shouldn't have all this money. People are trying to go out here and say he doesn't deserve money. And this isn't just saying that this is white people. This is by all levels. It's jealousy from,
you got shuck and jivers.
Yeah.
Let's call it what it is. Shuck and jivers.
It's really just jealousy from our peers. And I think that's something for me and Pride brought up a great point. And I want to go down the list too, because this isn't just something where we're going to say Ja was at a strip club and played with a gun like this. There were levels to this that were slowly coming together. It started with the reports of the 17-year-old that was reportedly from 2017. So like, whatever, like it is what it is. Then there's the laser beam coming from the bus and the Pacers thing. Then there's, and this one's not talked about enough. There's the instances where Ja Morant's seen with a gun at his sister's basketball games, and there's confrontations and fights at those involving him and his family. And, there's rumors that someone called his little sister a bitch. And by the way, as he should, you know what I mean? I don't care if you're famous or not. Like, try me, please. But I think there's so many levels to it. And then obviously the big one for me was the Pacers bus, whether that was Ja Morant himself or not, it's the Pacers bus. And my guy, Randy Jowers, our dog, King Jesus, talking about the strip club film getting released. Please show me a strip club film of Lou Williams throughout the last several years if that got leaked, because it's probably the same thing. The guy was getting a lap dance that he probably paid for because all the money's on the ground. I don't understand why that became a part of it and part of the conversation, because the guy was at a strip club. I mean, we're not.
It's easy, Mike.
Where's James Harden right now, Pride? Where's James Harden right now? Probably at this point in time right now.
Keep it a bean, bro. It's the shucking and the jiving. That's all it is, bro. Let's be honest. It's just a shucking and the jiving, bro. Let's keep it a bean out here. The same people, like, come on, bro. Like,
to Damien's comment, like this was my point, and this is the only thing that I'll say. Am I a huge Ja Morant fan? Pride knows I was taking Ja number one before anybody else was. I liked him over Zion. I loved Ja Morant, and I loved his game. I thought he was baby Derrick Rose, and he fucked up, and I lost a lot of respect for him because of that. But I've also seen a lot of people come back from a lot worse, and I think that's a conversation that not a lot of people are ready for it. So to say, to Pride's point, he's done his therapy or counseling, whatever it needs to be. If it was a conversation of all these things happened and transpired, he does the counseling, he gets suspended, comes back and doubles down.
Again, now we got a conversation.
Got to get out of here, bro. Like, you're not learning anything.
I would have liked to see I had to be the ruler. I would like to see him put that 8-game suspension at the end of his whatever he had with the Memphis. I don't like the fact that they're running concurrently. I mean, what's the point of that? Unless it's a no pay. Maybe that's the only part.
Well, I guess he didn't get paid.
I don't think he got paid.
No, he didn't get paid. But this is what I honestly think why I believe the league did it concurrently. I think Adam Silver is looking more out. He's looking out for Ja Morant more than anything else.
Mm.
He's basically saying, look, I'm suspending. You now got no choice but to go.
Right.
I'm not going to try to put you in this situation to make you look like a bad guy. I don't want to go down that road yet. I don't want to have to cross that bridge if we don't have to cross it. I'm going to give you an opportunity to fix what you did wrong, learn from it, and let's move on from here. That's why I think he really did the 8-game suspension.
And I'm okay with that. If that's the case, and if John Morant can right the ship, then so be it. But I gotta tell you, just like I think even Adam Silver may have said to Ja in that meeting was, bro, you're like an example for these younger kids coming out. What are you doing? I mean, like, we got to do better if we want change in this country. Then the people, and I hate to say it, but when you're in entertainment, you kind of put yourself in the limelight of being, on another standard than most people because everybody's looking at you, right? So if we want everybody to do better, it's got to start with the entertainment industry and filter down. Now, that's not going to happen, right? Because I live in a realistic world, but that's what should happen.
I also
why are we not talking about John Morant changing the lives of strippers?
Well, I think on the whole situation,
literally,
he made a mistake. He made a mistake. He's paying his consequences for his mistake. It should be over with. All these people calling for they should be out of the league.
Yeah, I'm in a different boat. I'm in a different boat than that because I think you could suspend somebody. It doesn't mean anything changed. And I think I did hear his interview, and we talked about it.
He's getting a second chance. Deserves, and people will just want to say no. He should have sponsors, or he should lose everything.
Jay McLovin.
And like I said,
in real life,
like
how many people's made a mistake? You lose everything over one mistake in life. In regular life, you're going to be fucked. Everybody makes mistakes,
right? But I think that's what me and Pride were talking about with Rob, because it was like, for me, I saw a lot of people run away from their original takes. I saw a lot of people say, "Oh, after listening to the interview, I have a totally different opinion." The interview was awful. Like the fact that, and Rob Scott knows, especially in Chicago. Frankie, I know probably on this panel knows more than anybody. Jay, we're gonna have you sit in the corner because they could just do whatever in Texas. But if you have a gun in your hand and it is not yours, that's worse than telling me, "Yeah, that was my gun."
Yeah, that's a problem.
That's illegal. You are going to jail. Like
not to mention I hate to bring it from a street aspect, but you gotta think like that. You don't know what this person done did with this gun. If this gun got bodies, you don't know.
And on top of that too,
it only takes one fingerprint for the guy to go to jail.
Right. And here's my thing. And isn't New York completely like, if that shit happens, you're going like 5 to 10 minimum?
Oh hell yeah!
Oh no, they throwing the book at you.
Yeah.
And then
New York just
by the bullet too. By the bullet.
Yeah, New York just passed concealed to carry. Like they've been like one of the hardest states to have a firearm.
They can still carry a permit application with the gun. You just sign here, and we'll take care of your conceal. It'll be in the mail in 2 weeks.
Damn, Edwin Diaz tore his patellar tendon. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, don't tell Frankie that. Don't tell Frankie that. No, anyway, he don't play for the Yankees. You can tell Frankie that.
Like, because the thing is, right? Like, I understood what John Morant was trying to do. He went from one extreme to the other. So he went from I'm gonna do dumb stuff to I'm gonna be overly honest. I think he forgot to sit with his PR people, because I'm listening to this interview.
Oh, dude.
And I'm sitting down and I'm like, you know what? You're being honest, but let's reel it back about 15 notches. Yeah. And Jalen Rose is loving it, by the way. Let's not act like this instigating piece of garbage.
Yeah. I mean, John. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Why is the interview taking place? They act like he killed somebody. Like my thing is, we're like being like, where was the Brett Favre interview? A man who stole from an entire state. Where's that interview? I want to see that interview.
Well, Rob, I don't know if you know, they can't do an interview because Brett Favre is suing everybody now.
All right,
He actually suing people.
I'll double down on what Rob said, and I'll ask a question that not a lot of people are ready for. Jalen Carter is involved in an accident that led to 2 people's death. No one hears a word from him.
Well,
and then you have a situation
who come back and openly admits, yeah, I was there and I lied.
I still went to the combine.
My guy Jaws on Instagram with a Glock in his hand. Oh man, hey, put this motherfucker on the spotlight for the next 2 weeks. That's all we're talking about. And it's like, to me, it's just the consistency from ESPN. And I think that's something for me.
Well, yeah, it is. It is. And let's be honest, Jaws a bigger story, right? Right. That's a big story.
And that's what you just said. It's a story.
It's not a big story. They made it a big story.
No,
it's not a big story.
I was about to say you saying that's a big story compared to this dude fucking.
No, 100%. But the name value. If it says, hey, Jay McLovin's running down the street naked versus Kim Kardashian's running down the street naked, it's gonna totally.
I'm like, what block is that again?
If Kim Kardashian in front of Jay McLovin, because if he is, Jay McLovin's having a good day.
But I'm just saying that's the conversation right now. Is they take advantage of these guys so much. Like, and you know what I loved yesterday, and I'm not trying to get off topic because we're gonna have our own little segment about that. I got the fuck Green Bay hat on, pride. I'm feeling petty today. But Green Bay sucks, baby. But my big thing, and I loved it, was.
Did you know he already got traded to the Jets?
Oh, did he? But
yeah. And don't correct me, because if you're correcting me, you're trolling.
but what's crazy to me is, Schefter got so butthurt that Rodgers was like, bro, I don't want to fucking talk to you. And it's because these guys feel like they're entitled to know the entire ins and outs of these guys' lives.
No,
and
you cannot compare that to the Aaron Rodgers situation.
No, I'm not comparing it.
Every time Aaron Rodgers is too pussy to say something to his organization, who is he texting to leak all this stuff to?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
So,
but all I'm saying is
Adam
guys
Schefter
like Schefter, guys like Woj, guys like Stephen A., guys like Colin, guys like Shannon, maybe not Shannon, but Skip and all of them. It's a conversation of, hey, if some shit happens, just know for my own benefit, I'm going to talk about it as much as people want. And that's just something for me where it's like, that's not the human aspect of it. That is completely business. That is completely just the inner outs of why this fucking industry is fucked up. And I think that's something for me is like, first of all, why is Jalen Rose even, to your point, why is Jalen Rose even talking to him in the first place?
That's what I'm saying.
How much fuck shit did Jalen Rose do back in the day? You know what I mean?
Did he cheat on Molly? Come on, bro. Get out of here. Get out of here, you smut.
Hey.
I would cheat on Molly too.
I mean, no, respectfully, I would too, but you can't go.
I ain't scared to say that shit too. I hate Molly, bro.
Nah, I can't do that.
If I was married to Molly, bro, if I had to see Molly at work every day and go home to Molly, I'd be very upset.
Yeah. Can I say something?
Go on.
As long as it's not
no, it's not. I just want to say, while I'm here, happy birthday to my beautiful wife. That's all.
Yes, man, Mr. Scott.
Oh, happy birthday, Mr. Scott.
Big birthday.
See, Rob.
Happy birthday.
That's what I'm trying to do. That's what Rob trying to do.
Trying to make sure the good day turns into a good night. Yes, Lord.
Oh
hey, you better hope you. Hey, did she wear it wrong? Did you send her some flowers?
Oh, shut up, James. You ain't got them yet.
Oh, my bad.
You're supposed to send them to the job, make the other chicks jealous.
That's what I just said. Of course, that's what you do.
No, see, Jay's more old school.
He
doesn't let the delivery people drive it off. Jay will actually take it to Mel.
Though I like for the first time ever, I want everyone to take a minute. What is this? 32 minutes and 9 seconds in. This is the first time I ever liked a comment by Damian because I never saw an interview with Deshaun Watson after everything that happened with him. And I think that's crazy. And then you have John Morant out here. Hey, I'm at a strip club. I need you to do fucking counseling and come on ESPN and apologize. It's like,
dude, do you know they tried to make it seem like what do you do at a strip club? You make it rain. And if you were rich, you make it thunderstorm. They talking about some, the man throwing money. What you do at a strip club? Yes, you throw money. Hey, if I'm rich, when you walk in the VIP room, it's gonna look like money carpet too.
Jaws also
and it's messed up because everybody talking bad about what Ja did. But let's be real, the man just changed the stripper's life. He literally
hey,
Jimmy just paid somebody's way through college.
Jimmy G's going to the bunny ranch. So come on now, don't act like we don't care.
John Morant just did an American act by putting somebody through college without a scholarship.
What the hell did Jay just say? Jimmy G to bunny ranch? What?
Yeah.
But the thing is,
I ignored it.
The thing is, all these people that are bashing him about being in a strip club and all that were probably at a strip club last weekend.
I just think it's crazy, man.
That's facts. And then nobody bashed the strip club because ain't that like a breach of confidentiality? Like you can't be and I'm in a VIP room. You can't be showing people what I'm doing in a VIP room.
That shit was so illegal. It's not even funny, bro. Like, and I'm sure I'm sure it wasn't even the club itself. I'm sure it was just some dude who worked security who probably got a bag to leak that photo.
Oh, yeah.
So, which I'm a security guard too.
I just know I'm not going to that strip club. I got to worry about cameras.
Hell no, but I just think it's crazy, man. We got guys doing this kind of stuff every off season. We got guys hanging out with the wrong people all the time, and you know hell, James Harden goes to strip clubs every other day and hangs out with Lil Baby and does music videos. So I don't want to hear nothing about it. Tyler Hero is out here in Miami and in South Beach with fucking Jack Harlow doing his thing. So. I mean, it really just comes down to me at the end of the day is the consistency. And I think I'm going to go back to the original point of it's a bunch of things that added up in a very short period of time with the altercation at the Sixers game with a gun, then obviously the laser beam at the Indiana Pacers thing. And I think there's just so many other things that went into this. The 17-year-old news that leaked, it doesn't matter if it was 2017, it leaked. And that's something that you're going to have to actually take accountability for. And, you know, things
he
just
wasn't even in the NBA at that time, wasn't he? He wasn't in the NBA yet.
No, he was in he was still at Murray State.
To Murray.
Yeah,
Murray
look
State,
at that.
yeah.
So like the man had a messed up college situation. They want to take it out on him during his NBA career.
Right. And
like,
John and I are the same age. So 2017, he would be 18. So really is an 18-year-old beating the shit out of a 17-year-old. So I'm not going to sit up here and say that I didn't do the same thing back in the day, but no one –
hey, I'll be real with you now. With the way some of these kids' mouths are set up, I beat up a 17-year-old today.
Of course you would. Damian, you heard that. You better stay in your house.
Stay in your house, Damian. Rob Scott spin the block. He got suspended for the gun, but I feel like had the other things not come up, I don't think he would.
Yeah. The only thing I had a problem with out of all of the altercations or the mishaps that he went through was with the laser pointing. Like you got to be careful with that, man, because that you know that could be taken as a sign of aggression. But I mean, we see people post videos with guns all day. I mean, it's no different than a hunter standing there with a damn rifle and a deer head. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah, and I think, you know, the sister one doesn't get talked about enough either because it was the entire family got into an altercation with another family, and Ja reportedly has a gun in his waistband at his sister's high school basketball game. I think if what they're saying and what the high school is saying is true, you just brought a Glock to a fucking high school basketball game.
Yeah.
And you're Ja Morant. If you have security, cool, bro. But you don't need to be like
you
that.
You can't move like people in the street, man.
You can't.
You can't do it. Like I get it. Don't get me wrong. I went to I went to Bogan High School. And everybody in Chicago knows Bogan, legendary rival with Curie, or any other schools that have legendary rivals. Yeah, at those games, you know, one team losing, it can get a little ignorant in there, you know, and you can have everybody in the stands fight. But, you know, you can't move like that. You have to realize, and Mike, you brought up a great point. I think a lot of these players have to get in touch with their PR people. Like, you have to realize that once you make it big and you become a superstar, your name is now a business. Right. Your name is a business. You don't want your name tied up in the wrong situations. And that's what these guys need to start. You need to talk to your lawyers more. Talk to your PR people more. Understand the do's and don'ts and how to move when you're making millions of dollars. Because, as Shaq said, don't put yourself in a position where they can take it back.
Right.
I mean, that's the whole point, man. And that's what I think a lot of times. And I don't know if it's like when they come up in the rookie season of the NBA and, you know, NFL, if they're not doing a good enough job preaching out to these kids that, hey, look, you know, you're now on a platform. You know, your name now, like you said, Rob, is a business where you can use it to make dollars to endorsements, make dollars to other entrepreneurial ventures. I mean, example, like I said, look at LeBron James. Classic example of look what he did with his name and where he's gone with that name and all the money and all the schools, everything. You know, they don't understand that. I mean, they're so caught up in the fame and the high life and everything else, they forget that, hey, this is still a business. I still got to be careful with my money. Everything I do is a reflection on money that could come into my you know, via passive income or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't think they understand that they're still in a business, even though they're playing a sport.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
I'm just ready to be done with the Josh situation. Like, he did it. Let's give a chance to rectify it. And for the people out there that are wishing on this man's downfall, shame on you. Because if we were all judged by the mistakes we made, all of us will continuously be broke. We all make mistakes. It's part of life. It's part of growing up.
Yes.
Gary V, a great motivational speaker I love to this day. One of the messages he preaches to kids is that at the age of 20, at the age of 25, hell, at the age of 30, mess up, keep messing up. That's how you learn. You learn through your mistakes. You learn through your failures. You got you.
Yeah, right.
It's just a matter of learning, and I'm just getting mad that people are not even giving Ja Morant the chance to learn.
Well, damn! Didn't he learn on the first gun issue? Why didn't he do it again?
Jay, all that stuff came out at one time. So I mean, at that point, he was feeling untouchable. Nobody said anything about the gun until now. So you know,
and I'm a believer. Look, I'm a believer that people can change. So at this point, you know, it's just going to be a wait and see. I mean, I know he went to that rehab facility or a therapeutic facility. Hopefully, he learned something from that. Hopefully, he learned something from this, and we don't have to see that.
Because it was just amazing to me. You know, Jay, not to throw salt in the open wound, but like the moment that picture came out with Jerry Jones. Everybody wanted to give him the benefit of that. Oh, he's young. He was stupid. It happened. Okay, so where's that same energy for the young guys making dumb mistakes? He's young. He's stupid. It happens. Give the guy a break.
Right.
Yeah, and again, if you make a mistake and you learn from it, that's all you can do. Everybody, like you said, many people make stupid mistakes. You just gotta learn from it, Rob. And if Ja Morant, if he's a reborn person and he knows now, you know, that his name has weight, that he has responsible and things like that, then that's great. If he can learn from that, I say give him another chance. I'm good for that.
Yeah. I mean, I agree and I disagree with what Jay said. I do believe he should get a second chance. But I disagree that, you know, that he's probably learned anything. I don't. I think if anything, he's going to learn how to hide things better, and he's going to learn how to just kind of, you know, stay out of the public. Don't go on Instagram Live. Don't go on social media with that kind of stuff. You know, and why I'm saying that is I did listen to his interview, and I'm not going to sit here and say I'm inside the mind of Ja Morant, but when your first statement that you made to Jalen Rose was, well, first of all, it wasn't my gun.
Yeah,
and then he smiled.
And again, that goes along with the accountability piece. If you're not willing to take accountability for what you did,
but listen, it's cool. It could have not been his gun, and that's fine. But that's not the point. And that's why I felt like that didn't even need to be stated, because one, it wasn't asked, and two, that's not even the conversation. The conversation is what happened. You know, and that's it really doesn't matter how it got in your fucking hand. It doesn't matter who brought it in there. I think at the end of the day, Ja missed the mark. And I saw him throughout the entire interview kind of just, you know, a little upbeat, smiling, laughing a little here and there. And it's kind of just like, hey, in the words of the great Cam Anthony, my guy, my dog, ain't shit funny. Ain't shit funny. Like, I don't know why we're smiling. I don't know why we're laughing. Like,
ain't nothing funny. You just lost millions of dollars in the endorsement. It's not funny.
And we're talking about it like, oh well, but it wasn't my gun, but I take full responsibility. Nah, see, because that's like a backslap right there. That's like, okay, well, it wasn't my fault, but I'll take the fall. Get the fuck out of here, bro. It was your live. You were waving that bitch. If you were just holding it, all right, whatever. Like, and you know, there's a thing in Chicago. Sometimes you're in the wrong car at the wrong time with the wrong group of dudes, and you don't know what's in Rob Scott's pocket. You don't know what's in Frankie's pocket. You don't know what's in Jay's pocket. And I might be sitting in the car having no idea what's going on. We get pulled over. I get charged with the same shit they get charged with, and I'm just chilling in the car.
And if I can, Rob, I want to go back to your previous comment where you're talking about the hunter with his gun and Ja with his gun. The difference for me is this. If I'm taking a picture with a deer and my rifle, yeah, I'm hunting. I'm showing you what I killed, because a lot of people take pride in the hunt that they kill. It's the way in which he brandished the weapon. If I'm on Instagram and I'm flashing my piece and my thing, which is just there for protection, not that, you know, it's the way in which Ja presented the weapon, the lack of respect for the weapon, the way in which he was demonstrating the weapon. That's the difference maker in that. For me, that's the difference maker.
Yeah, and I think Jay hit it on the head, because that's a perspective that a lot of guys in the city don't have. Is, you know, where Jay is, Texas, the South, wherever, or even parts of the North in Wisconsin, you know, there's places where, you know, that shit is normal. Like everybody has a piece, and none of it is for the reasons that we have it in the city. None of it's for the reasons that South Bend or places are in Indiana or Chicago or Detroit or other Gary. That was it, Gary, Indiana, and a bunch of other places, Memphis included. Because Memphis, don't be like, I don't care what anybody says about Tennessee. Memphis is full of some dogs, and I think
it is.
That's something for me where
it is.
It's what are you using it for? And I think when you start glamorizing it, it takes both of those perspectives away, because that's not a street atmosphere and that's not a hunting atmosphere. That is this rapper type of mentality that's been going around lately, like it's a piece of jewelry, like it's a car, like it's something flashy that you could show off. Hey guys, look at my blick. Like that's not why
I agree with you, Jay.
It has nothing to do with that in the city if you're really about it. Like we're not over here just flashing shit to flash shit. Like that's really what it is. So I think at the end of the day, I look at it from you flashing in my mouth. But I think I would give Ja a second chance though.
Lord Jesus.
I would give Ja a second chance, but I also
and then if he does it again like an idiot, then crucify his ass.
And it's not even that though. It's just
don't say crucify. That's
I'm gonna remember that shit. You know what I mean? Like, because I really and I sound bogus and I sound like one of those haters, but I made a whole Facebook post about it earlier about I'm rooting for Ja, and I just think at the end of the day, something just didn't click with me that you learned anything. And maybe that's just me. I feel like I read people very well. I felt like that shit was a failed PR attempt because he didn't do well. And I feel you could read it. When like Deshaun Watson did a very good job when they asked him questions about that shit, because he was right by the book. He said very few words and he said all the right words. Where Ja's kind of like, man, that shit wasn't even mine, but like, my bad. And it's just like, what the fuck?
Hey, ladies and gentlemen,
in the way Ja presented it, it was just more of like this casual.
It doesn't bother me.
And I just want to tell people out there, the moment you start apologizing for something that you don't feel you were wrong for, then you're guilty.
Mm-hmm.
I don't say I'm sorry if I didn't do it. What am I apologizing for?
That's true.
I don't.
I don't ever say sorry, honestly.
And you
we know.
If I'm wrong, I will apologize.
I won't, but I won't.
I apologize. I'm a man. I could man up to it. The same way I was getting ready to snap, the same way I could come back and say, I'm sorry, my bad.
Yeah, and I think that's something for me where, just before we get off the Ja topic, but I think just looking at him and not really like to me, and everybody's different. You might be a social media guy, you might not, but I think issuing an apology is really important. And I feel like the apology that he wrote, a lot of people felt like he didn't write. I'm not going to say he did or he didn't because I have no idea. I'm not fucking there. But I think apologizing to your family first is something that's very important, and that was lacking from that message. I would feel horrible for my friends and my family, everybody on the come up that, we've been trying to do this together and I'm fucking up. And I didn't really feel that remorse towards Ja. I really didn't feel
that is a great take, Mike, because he should have first and foremost apologized to T-Man. Yeah. Because now people are questioning that man's fatherhood. They're questioning his ability to father you because of your actions, even though Ja's a grown man. Let's put that out there, because I hate everybody say, well, let's look at the upbringing. Ja is the primary breadwinner in his family. That's a grown ass man. You cannot blame the father for what a grown man did.
Right.
But people are starting to question that man's fathership. And he should have said, Dad, I apologize for making the Morant name look bad.
Right. And I think that's important too, because you hit it on the head. You had a very supporting father. You had a supporting mother. You have a supporting family. Just entirety, everybody in his corner, from what he's shown, what he's represented as his family, seem as great people. And they seem as people who really do believe in him. And I think that's something, at least great people in his life. I'm not going to say in general. I don't know them like that. But they be fighting at basketball games. I don't know those motherfuckers. But I just think for you to sit here and act like, you're from the mud and you're from the trenches and you came from nothing and now I finally have everything. But that's really not the case because Ja Morant's father was in a pretty good situation prior to that. It's it reminds me, Jay and I talked about this a couple years back. LaMelo Ball acting the way he does. I'm like, bro, you guys were in a great position way before this. And LeVar was not a deadbeat dad. LeVar was an amazing dad, an amazing mom they have. And that's something for me where, you have great brothers. We got Jello out here stealing. The only one that really
stealing in China.
Stealing in a fucking communist country where you're going to get your head chopped off just blinking the wrong way. But you blinked with one eye, Gonzo. Get the fuck out of here. You're on the block. But I think you look at Lonzo really, like, to me, and I'm not trying to make this about the Bulls at all, Frankie. I want that noted. But Lonzo to me is like the guy who really said,
"Man, my God, always talking about a Bulls player."
Man, that's crazy because Kevin Durant's not even on your team. But
I don't want him on my team. Look at my picture. You think I want him on my team?
I just think guys fuck up. To Rob Scott's point, guys fuck up. Jello fucked up. LaMelo fucked up. A lot of guys mess up, and it happens. But it never feels like it's the guys from the trenches that are fucking up. I never see Pat Bev or DeMar or Jimmy or D Rose or Anthony Davis, Frankie, or Taylor Horton Tucker, DeMarcus Cousins, or a bunch of other guys. I don't see them fucking up. And
you know why? Because they from the mud and they don't want to go back to the mud.
And to Rob's point,
you don't see AD fucking up because AD's too busy fucking up his ankles.
100%. But if AD had a gun, it would jam. I'm telling you right now. It's something right now. Rob said it, and he said, "Don't let him take it away from you. Everything you earn, don't let him take it back." And guys recognize that. And I feel like LaMelo, they understand. Hey, bro, I could not make another. I mean, look at Jello for real. Jello.
That's probably the reason he's not in the NBA.
And that's a big part of it as well, though, where it's like, Jello doesn't need to be in the NBA. Jello's financially stable the rest of his life because of Lonzo and LaMelo.
Yep.
No, he's not in the NBA because he's trash.
That as well. He is shit. He is awful.
Don't say that's the reason why he's not in the NBA.
Let's be real. How many trash people are in the NBA? He could have made it just off his name alone, but because of his whole.
But Rob, that's the thing, though. Rob, is this guy got signed to a contract 2 years in a row, and they just didn't want him anymore. Because
10-day contract. We calling that a contract?
No, it's not 10-day contract. No, he didn't get. He had one 10-day contract 2 years ago, and then last year he got fully signed. But they just took that contract away from him because he's so ass when the G League and the Summer League came around.
He said ass.
No, he
really was.
You say he's two cheeks with a split down the middle, huh? Lord Jesus.
I've watched a lot of your brother of LiAngelo this year.
Oh damn.
LiAngelo has been very bad this year. I sent it to Frankie. He got checked into a game after demanding he got to play, and then airballed by like 15 feet. The first play, and I was just like, "Yeah, sit your ass back down, bro. I ain't need this right now."
You got to get the buckets now.
That shit's awful, bro. Like I can't. I could take a missed shot. I could take a missed shot all day. And Frankie knows I'm a Bulls fan, baby. I look at missed shots for a living. But air balls,
as long as you hit the rim.
Air balls, baby, from 15.
Homie, think he playing in the street.
In the G League.
I know the Warriors. Hey, I know the Warriors. I know the Warriors lost yesterday, but Steph still put up 50. That's all I know.
Yes, sir. But just know I lost out on $1,000 because those motherfuckers can't win if they're away. Everything
I lost those $600 too.
Yesterday was really weird in basketball. I feel like all the shitty teams literally won. Like the Memphis Grizzlies lost, the Bulls lost, the Lakers lost. Like every shitty team ended up winning. The Golden State Warriors lost. Like
I hate to say this, but we knew the Bulls was gonna lose.
Oh, 100%. I had that was my money line. I had the Kings winning. I had
the Kings winning too.
But the Bulls,
come on, Rob, we knew it.
The Bulls were in a fight. They had it. They actually had it tied.
It don't matter, bro. The Bulls are The Bulls are garbage.
I knew in the clutch. I was trusting Fox and Sabonis more than I was trusting DeMar and Zach. That's just what it was.
Sabonis wake up in the morning and give you 15 and 12.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, but that's all he give you is 15. That boy can't score no more. I don't know what's wrong with him.
Hey, that's what I keep trying to tell his people. I keep trying to tell everybody he ain't as good as his daddy. People be like, oh, I'm like, no, don't look at Portland Arvydas Sabonis. Go look at him when he played overseas. What made the NBA go grab him at his old age and bring him up and brought him to the NBA. That man was a dog.
Yeah.
His dad was a dog.
Yeah. Yeah, Mike.
Hey, he ain't too bad himself.
Yeah, he was already old by the time he got in.
Yeah, he was old as hell. He was old as hell. And he was still giving people buckets.
Gonzo, are we talking about football today?
Yeah.
Yeah,
go
we're about
Bears.
To free agency, baby. Free agency. Let's
go. Hey, y'all see Jamal Williams just signed with the Saints?
Don't talk about it.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I made Mike Hughes heartbreak when I sent that to him.
Hey, Miles Sanders signed with Carolina.
Don't say that shit.
We were literally talking about him, and I'm like, yo, what if you guys get him? And he's like, yo, I'll be super excited. That's my dog.
Hey, I'll tell you what, Mike.
Then 2 hours later,
Ezekiel Elliott's getting ready to be on the open market. So
don't nobody want no Zeke.
Grab him up.
Yeah,
don't nobody want no Zeke.
Hey, you're gonna get Zeke, so be quiet over there.
Nah. We about to go get Derrick Henry.
Stop. No, the Cowboys are gonna go get Derrick Henry.
We about to go get Derrick Henry. Y'all got Stephon Gilmore. Y'all'll be all right.
Hey, no, seriously though. Hey, for real. Hey, I'm really surprised the jury didn't make a move for Miles Sanders now that we're gonna lose Ezekiel Elliott. Like, why are you gonna let Carolina?
Really quick, Jay. I do want to say just a quick shout out to my dog. It's a 3-year deal. Congratulations.
Swag Kazakage, leader of the hidden village of the Den. Or swag.
Man, freaking the shit. Why does he? Why?
Why what?
Even though I'm so happy for DJ Moore, honestly, I'm really happy that he's a dog. He was on the wrong situation, but he's a dog, man. When he got somebody good with him.
Ooh, that Bears quarterback and receiving core look good, don't it?
Yo, not only that, they gave the Bears also went and took the guy that literally threw him a game-winning bomb last season in PJ Walker. Like, bro, the Bears are looking scary. I'm not saying
it's
Super Bowl
the Bears,
but they're definitely shut up, Rob. All right,
the Bears.
Because last year was like,
oh, that's right. Austin Eckler's available for trade.
Hey, I was there every day.
You ain't see the message I put in there. Now that Tom Brady is officially retired, it's 100% the Bears.
Last year was the Bucs. Until make a splash.
First of all, I was screaming.
Like,
first of all, I was screaming the Bucs and the Bears. So calm down. Calm down. Yes, I was.
No, you wasn't.
Yes, I was.
Off that Bear train.
I never hopped on it. I never hopped on it.
All right, so if you never hopped on it, don't come in here saying
this is what I said. This is what I said about the Bears. I knew they were going to be bad last year. They had no receivers, no offensive line, and the defense was not what we're used to seeing in Chicago. All I asked for the Bears to do was to win the season series against the Packers, and then I thought that would have been a successful season. I screamed that from day one. So, Frankie, you know what you can do? I got 2 words for you, and I don't even got to say them.
I got 2 words for you. You're lying. All right,
Everybody know that. Everybody know that.
A year goes by. You got me and Chris who are potheads. You got Jay who just takes edibles every weekend, and you got Mike who's also a pothead / a drinker. And you expect a year goes by for us to just be like, oh, that's not right. Like, yeah, Rob's right. Rob was actually saying that. No, Rob, fuck out of here.
Who
you were
the
saying
fuck just walked off the highway?
That's what I said. Now I'm standing in front of my job, and somebody came by with a go-kart. It was a car, but it sounded like a go-kart.
I want one. But nah, I think this is probably without a doubt my favorite time to be a Bears fan right now, and I think it's because, and we talked about this with Rob and Tony before everything kind of happened. I love the monsters of the Midway. I love the defenses. I love, Dick Buckus and Brian Urlacher, Lance Briggs. We could do it all day long. We could do it all day long and name guys.
Yes, Lord.
But now you got some guys that you could look at offensively and say, oh, these guys are some dogs. Like, this is the best wide receiver room since probably 2014, 2013. Brandon Marshall, Alshon Jeffrey, Martellus Bennett. I mean, That's really what it comes down to. So to have guys like DJ Moore, Chase Claypool, Cole Kmet, Darnell Mooney, I think this right now opens up so much for Justin Fields, and I'm really excited to see what that does for other players as well. The guys that I named, I think it's going to be really interesting to see how Claypool can just kind of and to what Frankie and I said when we first traded for Claypool was this is a horrible trade because he's not going to be in the role that he should be. He's going to be asked to be a wide receiver 1 or a wide receiver 2. He's not going to be that guy who's just a big body, go over the top. And I think that's something that's going to be really important now is DJ Moore takes over all of that. And then you have Darnell Mooney back in the slot, and you could just have Cole Kmet be Cole Kmet. He was top 5 wide receiver in several categories last year at the tight end position, not wide receiver. But I think this is the time right now for the Bears offensively to look at them and say, you know, last year we had a 7-game stretch where we averaged 31 points a game with shit. So now I'm excited to see what could potentially happen moving forward. And I think the Bears defense is looking a lot better too.
And Mike, just to add on to that, and I'm not even a Bears fan, this is how excited I am for you guys, is you guys got so stacked within literally about 3 days, counting that Friday, not counting Saturday and Sunday, because those are weekends, not weekdays of work and stuff, but counting Friday, Monday, and Tuesday before free agency actually kicked off and the New Year League came in, you guys stacked up pretty good, and yet you guys still have the number 9 draft pick in this year's draft to just go out and get someone potentially good to just even make you guys even more of a better team. Like, what if the Bears go out and get a top-tier wide receiver to fit in with that Chase Claypool?
Hey.
The Bears know. Damn, Rob, are you in New York City right now? But, you know, you guys go out with the number 9 pick and you guys can get another wide receiver to where you guys can, like, fill in that Chase Claypool spot if Chase Claypool, you know, doesn't end up being that guy that we always thought that he wasn't going to be. That would be even more significant for the Bears coming up this season. And I'm really excited for you guys to see. I'm really excited to see what you guys are going to bring this year after having a 3-win season last year. Right. I feel like this is gonna be a turnaround point for the Bears. Not for just this year, but for the next at least 5 years to come.
Yeah, I think it's going to be dope. And I think that was, you know, me and you made a joke about it backstage, and we talked about it on the show earlier. My buddies and some people who aren't my buddies, were telling me that I'm an idiot for thinking that the Bears should go after OBJ. First, we have over $50 million left in cap space, and the free agents that are left, they're not the greatest. They're a bunch of older guys. I think Slay is probably the best one, if I had to say. You still got CJ Johnson and a bunch of other guys as well. But, you know, that for me is
Eagles.
He stayed with the Eagles?
Yeah, he re-signed that. The news of him being released was never true, apparently.
Right. So then
you said Slay. You said Slay is staying with the Eagles?
Yeah, Slay. The news came out that Slay got released, but later on last night, Slay came out saying that the news of him being released wasn't true, and this is a perfect example of what we were saying about the John Morant thing earlier. Is that the media people and the analysts they like to take things a little bit farther than what it actually should be. And that's why Aaron Rodgers said what he said to Adam Schefter, because people take it to a whole nother level. He never got released in the first place.
I was saying with that. Yeah.
And they reworked his contract, and he re-signed with the Eagles.
But yeah, I just think, I mean, for me, you can never have enough. So I think bringing in a guy like OBJ, as long as it's financially like in our best benefit, I think I have no problem with that. Claypool is going to be a free agent at the end of next year. So is Mooney. You know, DJ Moore is on a very cheap deal until 2026. So I think for me, I'd bring in OBJ. I'd say, fuck it. I'd give Justin Fields every single gun possible.
It's true.
I'd say shoot it.
But yeah, I still think maybe you might want to do a little bit more with that offensive line too, though.
That's the thing, though, Jay, is like, that's what not a lot of people, if you're not a Bears fan, you don't know. And that's not nobody's fault. You know what I mean? We're 3-15. Like, no one gives a fuck. But right now, we have our left guard. We have our left tackle, we have our center, and we have our right guard. All of those guys are under 25 years old, and we've drafted every single one of them except for Nate Davis, who we just signed from the Titans. So we have that number 9 pick. We got 4 of our 5 guys already there. So we just need to draft the offensive lineman. We're at number 9, Paris Johnson Jr. You get Peter Skoronski out of Northwestern.
I think you get Hey, Mike, I think you get Skoronski at 9, to be honest with you.
Jay,
I guarantee I bet you get Skoronski.
I'm going to say this, and I'm not arguing with you. I'm being genuine. I don't give a fuck. Because all I know is I'm getting one at 9. So to me,
I just think you get scratched. If you look at all the needs, if you look at the needs 1 through 8, offensive tackle is not one of them.
Yeah, and I think that's something for me. You look at the money Damian brought up, or Anthony, I forgot who brought it up. Orlando Brown goes to Cincy, which God bless him, because Joe Burrow and those boys needed somebody in there to help them out. And I think that's great money for them. Denver got a couple guys that were way overpaid. Mike McGlinskey was heavily overpaid. I think he was probably one of the worst players on that offense. That's just me personally. But I think really looking at it, why would I pay you max money at the age of 27, 28 years old when I could just get the rookie top 10 in the draft for the next 4 or 5 years?
And let me ask you this. Hey, if you're Bears in that second round, since Montgomery signed elsewhere, do you look at running back? I guarantee Gibbs will slide to the second round.
And that's cool. And that's perfectly fine. But we don't have our own second round pick. We got that for Claypool, which I said we shouldn't do. But but we do have the Panthers second round, and so that's going to be 61. We have 61, and then we have the Ravens. We have 2 second round picks. We have the Ravens, and we have the Panthers. I don't know why I tweaked out, but yeah, that's something. I'm a big Khalil Herbert guy. I love Khalil Herbert. He's done amazing with the Bears so far, and I felt like he was just in David Montgomery's shadow because they felt like they needed to give David opportunities to see if they were going to re-sign him. Didn't work out, but every time Khalil Herbert was there, he was consistent. He was athletic. He does everything you ask him to do, and then some. The guy is a stud. So to Anthony's point too, and the Damian's, I've seen the comments, and Rob Scott, I make jokes saying we're going to trade 9 for 11 and Derrick Henry to the Titans. I don't want Derrick Henry. I don't want Austin Eckler. I don't want Dalvin Cook. I wanted Jamal Williams. I felt like, and because to Frankie's point, super cheap deal. Guys,
that would be nicely cheap. Yep.
Yeah, I love Jamal. Jamal's a cool dude. Now he's my favorite running back in the league. So I'm still it's all still love for Jamal. But it's definitely something that I would not draft a running back unless it's like the 4th or 5th round, because we have I feel like we have defensive nose tackle issues to deal with. We have the trenches to deal with. And again, like to your point.
I mean, that makes sense on your part. It's good that you're thinking like that, because I think those are the key. You can get a running back. I mean, whether or not you get the star-studded guy, I don't know, but you can get a running back. I think
and you have one. And if you have one, it's cool. Khalil's been here for 2 years already. He's done great.
Well, no, I'm just saying, and he may be
I hear you.
Season, but
like second round pick, we don't even have a nose tackle. So
those are obviously bigger needs.
The worst defense in the league at stopping the run. Second round, you're going to ask me if I want a running back or do I want the guy who's going to stop them from rushing 150 yards a game? I'm taking the fat ass dude that's 350.
It makes sense. I get that.
So I want to ask both of you quick, two questions real quick, and it's got to go back to the OBJ thing, and it's going to add in with the draft. So OBJ is going around asking for about $20 million on his contract. I'm not thinking, that he should be worth that much, especially, after the injury and then taking a full year off. I think he should take at least a 1 year, $10 million contract to show his worth, and if he's actually good, then he can get a good 2 year deal, whatever. Do you guys, would you both, Cowboys and Bears, would you accept OBJ for $20 million a year? And secondly, coming into the draft, Mike, I know that you guys are stacked on offense, and you're saying your offensive line is real young. How about your defensive side? Like for number 9, would you see the Bears going defensively? And for Jay, coming up for your draft pick, where do you see the Cowboys going? That you guys are so late into the draft, a lot of top name players are going off the board, and I know we talked about it. You're saying you want to go running back, but I want to know who you think that the Cowboys should go late in the first round.
I think I'll be quick with it, Jay, because I really.
Are you good? You're good. Don't worry.
I think the OBJ to the Cowboys thing is going to be a lot longer of a conversation, but OBJ to Chicago, we have over $50 million left for this season. I wouldn't care. But going into next season, when I got to re-sign Johnson and Kmet and Mooney and Claypool, I'd probably be pissed about it, especially if he's injured. So I would love OBJ on this team. I think $10, $15 million, I have no problem with it. But $20 million on a 3-year deal, 20 per year annually, I'm not really with that, especially because the reasons I want OBJ are probably not the reasons OBJ wants to sign with a team. Because I got a lot of receivers now, which is crazy to say because a month ago I didn't have shit. But I think that's something for me where OBJ wants the ball, and that was the problem in Cleveland. He wanted the ball, and I think that's something that, I love Justin Fields, and I think Justin Fields can get him the ball, but there's a lot of other guys you got to get the ball. DJ Moore, Darnell Mooney, Chase Claypool, Cole Kmet, whatever running back you bring in. And then on top of it, Justin Fields does his own thing and rushes for over 100 yards a game at the same time. So I think OBJ also being older, new guy on the block, you're the odd man out right there. And I think that's something, you saw my boys at the Bulls game last night. It was DJ, Mooney, Claypool, and Justin. Ooh, sticky. But it's just not in the right cards, I don't think, for the organization and OBJ. I don't have a problem with that contract. If I was the Chiefs, I'd think, hey, we got to get OBJ somehow. So I think that's perfect for them. And drafting wise, I think it's definitely a reasonable conversation when your head coach is a defensive coordinator and your head coach is a defensive-minded guy. So, I love the guys we brought in. We got 2 former teammates in TJ Edwards and Jack Sanborn. We got, obviously Tremaine Edmonds. We got a bunch of dudes over here that could fly.
Tremaine Edmonds, nice.
Tremaine Edmonds is a dog. I got to see him.
That is a nice one.
He's terrifying. You got, Bo Jackson in the backyard and with Eddie Jackson, who was amazing until he got hurt. Jalen Johnson, Kyler Gordon, Jaquan Brisker. But like I said, whether it's Jalen Carter or a pass rusher, there's still a need at the trenches. So if they feel like, hey, we can get an offensive lineman in the second round to be that right guard or that left tackle that we were talking about, I'm cool with it. Because it's a lot harder, I feel like, to find a pass rusher in the second round than it is to find him in the first round. So if you feel like you can get a pass rusher in the first, definitely not going to be Will Anderson. But if that's the way they want to go, I'm not going to sit here and say they're wrong, because I think there's a bunch of different ways you can go. And we don't have a single person in the trenches right now, but we got 4 out of 5 offensive linemen.
Do you think Carter can maybe drop to 9 with all the stuff he has going on, and now he's gained a little bit of weight since the combine? And
I've been really professional so far of this show, but Carter could suck my dick. Like, really. Like, I'm over it.
You were so good. You were so good.
But I mean that. I mean that disrespectfully too.
You could have said Richard. Couldn't you just said he could suck a Richard?
Nope. Because it don't hurt as much. I want it to be personal. But I mean that too. Like, I'm trying to be real and I'm trying to be genuine. And sometimes you got to say what you got to say to get your point across.
Oh yeah. No, I'm with you.
You're overweight, and that I'm sure he loses it very quickly because he's gifted and he's athletic, and that's something that God gave him, and that's perfectly cool. But the character that you have, I ain't rocking with you, bro. I wouldn't go to war with you.
Jay, before you answer your 2 questions, let me just thank Mike real quick and the Chicago Bears organization for taking Tremaine Edmonds away from my division and from the Buffalo Bills. It has been nothing but a blessing. I wish you guys could have taken Poyer as well, because that would have made my whole entire life even better. But the Bills ended up re-signing Poyer, so I have to deal with him for another 2-3 years. But thank you for taking Tremaine Edmonds away. It's one step closer to their defense defaulting again. But Jay, now it's your turn to answer the 2 questions about OBJ in the draft.
Yeah, I'll tell you on the OBJ first. Yeah, OBJ would be nice to have with the Cowboys, but not at $20 million a year. I think if I'm the Cowboys, I would offer him a 1 year. I give him 1 year with a second year option is what I would give him. And that 1 year, I'd probably give it around $8 to $9 million. And then if that 1 year is amazing, you just kick ass, we could renegotiate that optional year in terms of money and even a further on extension. But I got to see him stay on the field for 1 full year, and it ain't going to be for that $10 million a year. I think more like around $6 to $7 million a year. I feel more comfortable with that, and then he's got to stay on the field as well. In terms of the draft, as you can see, especially on ESPN, he is released. So Ezekiel Elliott is no longer a Cowboy, which means we have an open spot. And I think that most of this draft is going to be heavy on cornerback, quarterback, offensive linemen, defensive tackle, stuff like that. So I don't think we see a running back go until the latter part of the first round. So I think the Cowboys would take Robinson. I think he'll fit nicely in our scheme, and he'll stay in Texas. And I think overall, I think the Cowboys go for Robinson out of Texas at running back. That's where I see Dallas going to replace Ezekiel Elliott. Nice. Yeah, I'm sure Frankie's gonna love having Rodgers over there in New York.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. We talked about this many times. I'm not scared. I'm not nervous. I'm just ready to see my team get their hands on Rodgers. It really don't matter to me. Every quarterback fails in New York, and I still think that Aaron Rodgers will fail in New York. But Chris, you were gone when I asked these two this question. I want to ask it to you because you're a Colts fan with the number 4 overall pick, and OBJ is seeking out $20 million a year. And let's be realistic. Every single one of our teams, even the Chicago Bears, as much as they've been grinding this offseason with so many talents, every single one of our teams can use a wide receiver. Chris, do you think that the Colts should go for OBJ $20 million a year, or do you think he's not worth it? And for your number 4 draft pick, where do you see the Colts going? I mean, I know you guys got a lot of holes. Like literally, the Colts have a lot of holes to fill. So that's a lot. There's a lot of talent on the board for the Colts to pick a number 4. I want to get your thoughts on that.
As far as OBJ, I wouldn't be mad if the Colts went after him. I don't think they will, just because we only have like 20 or 25 million available in salary cap, and that would take most of our salary cap. And like you just said, we have a lot of holes we need to try to fill with not much salary cap room. So I don't think they'll go after OBJ. He could help our offense because I think we do need a veteran receiver in that room, and I think he can still play. He'd give us a lot better receiving core than we had last year just by adding him. I think in the draft at 4, I think they're going to take Levis because I think Stroud will be gone, or they might move back and they might take an offensive lineman. They done it before when they done it with Nelson. A lot of people thought they might take a quarterback and they went O-line. I can see him maybe going O-line, taking that guy from Northwestern, and then moving and then taking a quarterback with your second round pick. That's real high, real low second round pick. I can't remember the exact number, but it's real early in the second round. So I can see them maybe like that.
Would you take Stetson Bennett?
I'd rather have Hooker or Dugan than Bennett.
We'd all rather have Hooker, but I think Bennett is pretty solid.
Wow, you talking about a man that just went undefeated and won a national championship, and you don't want
back to back.
That's insane.
Hey, listen. First of all, you got to sober him up and get him to stop ringing doorbells at 2:00 in the morning, and then we can.
It don't have nothing to do with that.
Jay,
hold on. Hold on. Jay McLovin, how many doorbells have you rang at 2 a.m. drunk as fuck?
More than I care. Okay, so what happened was.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Mike, I was just trying to find my way home, and I thought every doorbell I rung was my house, okay?
Exactly. So don't act like you ain't been there, bruh.
But I had a reason. I wasn't doing it on purpose.
One reason I would take Bennett, but one reason I take the other guys ahead of him is partly due because of his age.
Yeah, I understand that. You're 20. What is he? 26.
Yeah.
By the time he gets off that rookie deal, he's 30. Like it's a weird jump. But I think you pointed out, and it's not just because I'm a Volunteers fan. Hendon Hooker was in that conversation for actually winning a Heisman for a long time, and I felt like that's something that gets so underrated. And I thought honestly the Saints would be a team that was interested in Hendon Hooker. So if the Colts could potentially get him early in the second round, I think it's definitely a possibility.
Yeah.
Hold on, this guy's 26 and he's still in college. What the hell is he doing?
Yes,
Getting his MD? Is he a doctor? He trying to get an MD or some shit? Like what the hell? And they're allowing him to play college football.
They waited for him to enter his man prime. As a man, he is the most athletic,
and strongest he's ever been, and he's fucking up 18-year-olds.
That's crazy. Georgia cheated 2 years in a row. I'm calling it now. They're cheating.
A lot of people feel that way. A lot of people feel that way.
That's insane. I didn't know this guy was 26.
I told you. Why do you think I'm always making fun of him, bro?
That's insane. I'm over here.
I do. I've been years on him, though.
I'm literally
Brandon
over here
Wheaton that was like 28
crazy.
when he came out of college.
Who was that?
I think it was Brandon Wheaton. Might have been. He was like 28 when he came out of college. There was a player a few years ago who came out. He was like 28 years old when he came out of college. I was thinking it was Wheaton.
Bro. That's insane. I think there should be a certain age limit to where you should play college football, and if you don't get drafted, that's too goddamn bad. Go to the XFL or something.
I agree.
And then players got extra years because of the COVID too. You got to remember, everybody got another free year of eligibility to play an extra year as well.
I think the fucked up thing, and I think it doesn't get talked about enough, is we always talk about, oh, this quarterback is going to be in their prime. Like Justin Fields. Justin Fields is about to be 24, 25 years old. He's going to be entering his prime. Stetson Bennett was in college in his athletic prime playing against 18-year-olds who are still trying to figure out how to pay their taxes. That shit is wild to me.
That's insane. That's really insane.
By the way, though, Nate, Nate was talking about Oklahoma State had a 29-year-old punter. And that is old, don't get me wrong. But punters can go a long time. So can field goal kickers, man. If you protect those dudes can go damn near into their 40s.
Yeah. Look at Adam Vinatieri, bro.
Yeah, that dude, good God.
He literally just retired last year? The man's literally older than Tom Brady and went farther than Tom Brady.
Yeah. Them punters and field goal kickers can go a long ass time, bro.
And that's funny, Jay, because people look at Tom Brady and they're like, man, this guy's been in the league 23 years. This man's in his 40s.
Well, okay. And also, look at Anderson, brother. Look at Morton Anderson and his brother. I mean, them dudes punted and kicked for decades. Decades, man. I mean, a long time. Oh, even look at Justin Tucker right now. That dude's still kicking.
Yeah, but he's not up there yet, though.
Upset alert in the NCAA March Madness already. Furman was down 20 to Virginia. They've came back here in the second half. They're up 57-54 with 4 minutes left in the game. So
wow. Virginia's number one, and Virginia's the first seed, right?
4 seed. They're 4, Thurman's 13. And then another game you have going on, West Virginia and Maryland. It's an 8-9 matchup. It's a 65 or 66-61 Maryland with a minute and 15 seconds left in the game. But yeah, Furman is putting some pressure on Virginia, 13 versus 4.
Hey, Frankie, I just got hey, not to go off, but bro, we're not going to get any Timmy Trumpet this year.
I don't really care.
Hold on. You talked about all 3 of our teams, Frankie C.
But I'm not a Mets fan. See, Edwin Diaz is in the Mets. I'm not a Mets fan, so I really don't care.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about a Mets.
Wait. What did I say about the Mets? I didn't say nothing. All I said is I talked about the Bears. Gonzo talked about the Colts. Jay talked about the Pats. Sorry, Jay. Love you. Talked about the Cowboys. Cowboys, baby. Frankie C, what are y'all going to do in the draft?
Oh, man, with the draft, all right. For one, the OBJ thing, I would love to see him come, but for $20 million a year, I just don't think that he's worth that. And like I said, when I asked you guys the questions, I think he'll be more worth of like a 1 year, $10 million deal. But then when hearing Jay, what he said, even a 1 year to $6 to $8 million, that even makes it more reasonable. I mean, you come in and you show off for your 1 year and you show out great. Then we'll talk about a future contract with multiple years and stuff like that and more money. But I just don't think, coming off of a really bad injury for literally about 3-4 years in a row now. I mean, you come back and you play, but then you get injured again. And then last season, you just don't play at all. I just don't think you're worth $20 million a year. But I would love to see him come in the Patriots for a cheap amount of money. For the draft, though, I mean, the Patriots literally like, and I was going crazy, and Mike, you know this, I was going crazy during free agency frenzy because literally the Patriots wasn't signing nobody, and it took them until late. It took them until late Tuesday to finally start getting people, and they've been signing some offensive linemen here left and right, and I think that's a good thing. And we've been re-signing some key defensive players that we need. And we got Juju Smith-Schuster and stuff like that. But if the Patriots don't go and get DeAndre Hopkins or Jerry Jeudy or even a Sutton by draft time or even at the draft time at the 14th number overall pick, I would have to suggest that Bill Belichick goes and get a wide receiver at number 14. I mean, like I said, he's been signing offensive linemen left and right, and I think they're good linemen. I still have to study up on some of the linemen that he's been signing, but you still got some key people that are leadership on that line that can help out those newcomers come in and play. Defensively, I'm not worried about it because Bill Belichick is a freaking defensive genius, and he's also teaching his son Steve Belichick, and we have Gerard Mayo, who's actually our assistant head coach now, and actually got the title defensive coordinator. I think the defense is all set; it doesn't matter. But if I'm Bill Belichick right now and then Patriots, you have to contend, especially knowing Aaron Rodgers is going to soon be a Jet. You have to contend with the AFC East now because now my division looks really dangerous now. I mean, nobody's comparing it to nobody's comparing it to the AFC West with the Chiefs, the Raiders, and all these other people. But my team
unless something crazy happens, you guys have a
scary division.
Tough division. Your division is enormously tough.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like I wouldn't want to play
that's why I say if they don't go out and get a D-Hop or a Judy or a Sutton or somebody veteran and someone good to take the helm at wide receiver number 1, they're gonna have to stick with DeAndre or Devontae Parker being our number 1 wide receiver, Juju Smith-Schuster being our slot. We got Taquan Thornton, who last year had a productive year showing on his rookie contract. He's going to take the helm this year. We still got who I like to say Patrick Beverly of football and Kendrick Bourne. We still have him. But I still think that Mike's laughing over there, I hear you. But I do think that Bill Belichick needs to go and get a wide receiver at number 14. Who I think that they should get that wide receiver from Tennessee, who's number one wide receiver right now.
You're talking about Cedric Tillman?
Yes, Cedric Tillman. If he can last to number 14, I will suggest Bill Belichick drafting him.
Frankie C. I'll put my Cubs fandom on it that Cedric Tillman's there at 14. I promise you that motherfucker's there at 14.
And if he's there at 14, I swear to God, I want Bill Belichick to draft him because this.
I want to ask you this though, because it's really hard for me to have real conversations about Mac Jones right now, and it's not Mac Jones' fault. A part of it is, a part of it's development, a part of it's the attitude, and a part of it is, cussing out your OC, which he rightfully did. But you also got to chill sometimes, But my big thing is this is year 3. And you and I drafted a quarterback in the same year with Justin Fields and Mac Jones, went right after each other. And I feel like, the guy who's actually in the worst situation right now, not named Zach Wilson, because Zach just fucking upright lost his job. I mean, what are you going to do? You know what I mean? Aaron Rodgers took your job. Sorry. But honestly, he lost it way before that. But when you look at it in the situations that these guys are in, Trevor Lawrence goes out there. He gets Doug Peterson, Calvin Ridley, Christian Kirk, Evan Ingram, Travis Etienne, a solid defense. Hey, Justin Fields is out here. You can DJ Moore, Kmet, Mooney, Claypool, a solid defense. Now you're looking at Trey Lance. We still don't know what we have in Trey Lance, but at least he has Kittle and CMC and Debo and Ayuk and all these guys. And then you look at Mac Jones, and it's going to be really hard for me to say what happens to Mac Jones in the future if they don't give him weapons in year 3. Because if they wait till year 4, why are you waiting till year 4 to give this guy an opportunity to succeed? Because now he's going to be a free agent at the end of the year, and you really don't have enough tape on him to really see how good he's going to do. So are you worried if year 3 is a bust for Mac Jones because he doesn't have any weapons?
No, I wouldn't be worried. I mean, let's look at it from when he was a rookie, right? 2 years ago. He had Josh McDaniels, and he had actually a hell of a season. He took the Patriots 10-6. He went to the playoffs. got eliminated, got his ass busted by the Buffalo Bills in the first round. But
God.
being a rookie and taking the team that Tom Brady actually made successful, taking them back to the playoffs and stuff, that puts something on you and it makes you look good. But then the following year, last year, we lose Josh McDaniels and then end up having Matt Patricia and Joe Judge, two one defensive-minded coach and Matt Patricia, and then a wide receiver special teams coach who was terrible with the New York Giants, come in and run your offense for Mac Jones with a bunch of people that are like basically no-name wide receivers. It kind of screwed him up, honestly, and it made him look a little bit bad. And also that injury that he had with a high ankle sprain, coming back out of there, that injury, it didn't carry well for Mac Jones. But I feel like coming into this new season, you have Bill O'Brien as your offensive coordinator. You actually have an offensive coordinator now, a guy who knows offensive plays and offensive schemes, and someone you actually know very well who was with Alabama before you got drafted. So I think that fits real well with Mac Jones and being successful. But you go back to your point, it's the weapons that comes down to it. Bill Belichick last year or 2 years ago, we were the number 2 or number 3 highest money in cap space, and Bill Belichick didn't do anything real special with it. What you bring in Nelson Aguilar, you brought in Jonnu Smith, 2 people. For one, you're not bringing back Jason Aguilar or whatever you say his freaking name. You're not bringing him back. You already traded Jonnu Smith. You kept Hunter Henry because that's literally the only guy who's been showing up for Mac Jones the last couple of seasons. You just got rid of Jacoby Myers, your all-time leading receiver for Mac Jones the last 2-3 years. So I feel like just having Bill O'Brien at right behind you, and you had Devontae Parker who could still be that dog. Everybody's looking off of Devontae Parker and what he used to do with the Miami Dolphins. I mean, I still believe him in Devontae Parker. He was showing up good for the Patriots.
Man, I don't want to hear you say you believe in anybody you don't know the first name of.
Devontae Parker, relax.
That's about the 3rd or 4th time that's happened in the last.
That's because every time with a D, I'm always here thinking about freaking DeAndre. I want to say DeAndre Hopkins so bad.
See, that's where me and you are different. Every time I hear the word D,
stop.
Thinking, my bad.
Stop. But yeah, I feel like having him and Juju Smith-Schuster, like I said, hopefully we can add somebody else. I think it'll fit well for Mac Jones, and I think he'll be successful this upcoming year. But we have to get that top tier wide receiver to help him out to contend in this AFC East. If we don't, I'll tell you right now, the Patriots are going to end up in last place. Really, 100%. We're going to end up in last place. But I wouldn't be surprised if we have a winning record and still end up in last place.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's how deep the division really is, and I think at the end of the day, I feel like it shows, and I'm not trying to like jump the gun. You could let me know if I'm wrong, but I think it shows that Bill isn't all in on Mac if they don't do something like getting D-Hop or drafting a wide receiver. If they don't, I feel like it's kind of like them saying, listen, here's what we got for you and good fucking luck. Like there's no real belief. And I feel like that's what you're starting to see in guys like Trey Lance who get Christian McCaffrey and a bunch of other guys, or what Trevor Lawrence has gotten in a span of a year is greater than what half of these quarterbacks in the entire league have gotten in the last 5 years. So I think that's something, even Justin Fields, and I could say that now happily, that you finally got stuff. And I feel like that's something right now for me is I look at Bill and I go, how invested really are you in Mac Jones if you're not allowing him to be great?
And that's what comes to a point, right? I mean, that's where sometimes I don't like the Cowboys, the Patriots, like there's certain people out there that are head coaches and GM. Unlike the Cowboys, you have your owner who is your owner, your president, your GM, all that shit. The Patriots, they have Bill Belichick being head coach and GM. And sometimes when you're head coach and GM, it doesn't really click well because you have your minds and your thoughts into so many things. At one point, you're worrying about being a head coach and figuring out plays and for the future and stuff like that. And then another point, you got to be a GM and be like, okay, well, draft is coming up. Who looks good? Who should we get? You really shouldn't be trusting your scouts. You should be trusting in yourself and your gut. And you should be yourself going to combines and seeing who you think is good and who you think you should get to fill in for your team and stuff like that. I feel like that's that's what's going on with Bill Belichick. It's not that he's giving up on Mac Jones, because I don't think he's giving up on Mac Jones at all. It's just that he has too much that he's dealing with being a head coach and GM. I feel like if we were like the Bears, right, we just stick to Bill Belichick being a head coach, and we go out and we hire an actual GM to focus on the general manager things. I think things will be a lot different in the Patriots organization. But because this guy got 2 titles under his belt, it's just too much on him, and he's got too much to think about.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah, I definitely think that's fair too. I mean, I think if you had a different GM in New England, I wonder if the spending would go up a little bit more. Because Bill's a little bit more finicky with the money. I wonder if a new manager came in, if he would spend the money and go grab all these big time free agents rather than mixing and meddling with the let's just say
But that's the smart thing. But that's a smart thing about Bill, though, is that we give these people cheap contracts, and it saves up on cap space for the next year and stuff, to where we're actually getting more money for potential high star caliber players that are going to end up being a free agent the following year. Like, that's what Bill Belichick is smart about. He doesn't want to waste money all in one shot, which is what the Bears are doing right now. They're not. I'm not saying they're wasting money on one shot, because look at them. They had a shit ton of money, and they still have $50 million in cap space left. So their GM is actually playing the smart ball right here. He wasted big money on big players, and now he's still getting good potential players on cheap salary counts, and still having a high number of cap space to still fit in and do fit in players and do what he's got to do. That's what.
Let me ask you this though. For a while though, for a long while, let's just say the whole damn entire time, Bill has had the luxury of a guy like Tom and Gronk being there. That honestly, those guys they could carry a team and hide some of the issues, and they could go out and get maybe some of the lesser known people. There's no Tom Brady or Gronk anymore. Do you think they can get that lightning back in a bottle a second time with the low contracts that Bill gives out?
Oh yeah, we're kind of seeing it right now. I mean, I'm not going to compare and say that Mac Jones is the Tom Brady, but we're kind of seeing that right now with Mac Jones and Hunter Henry. I mean, when you see Mac Jones throw to Hunter Henry, it's kind of like a little mini version of Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski. But it's way different with these two. With Rob Gronkowski catch the ball, he's trucking people, and he's getting to that end zone. Like, he will literally run over people or stiff arm.
He's a big target.
Yeah, Hunter Henry, he's a good tight end. And he could do what he's got to do, but he's not trucking people like Rob Gronkowski does. He could stiff arm somebody. He can make a wonderful catch. But once he gets that catch, he's either going to get tackled real easily, or he's just going to get that catch, fall to the ground, and then he's going to get touched to where it's going to be a down ball right there. That's more of the difference with Hunter Henry and Rob Gronkowski. But you can see that kind of relationship with Mac Jones and Hunter Henry is kind of building like a Rob Gronkowski and Tom Brady and I think that's what Bill Belichick is trying to fit right there. That's why he got rid of Jonnu Smith, somebody who we thought was going to be a dog like he was when he was at Tennessee. But he gets signed to the Patriots. He just disappeared. He's getting injured, and he's just straight trash. So why keep that guy there? And we're not running the 2 tight end offensive play that we used to do with Gronkowski and with Hernandez. Might as well get rid of him and get a draft like he did. Get a draft pick out of that. So I see that relationship between Mac and Hunter building up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, that would be the hope. I just think Gronk and Tom really covered it for a lot. I got to be honest with you, man. I just think that's hard to find that lightning in the bottle with that style of approach a second time around. But it's just Bill Belichick. Like they say, don't bet against Brady. Well, maybe he does catch lightning in a bottle a second time. It is Bill Belichick.
You just gotta find that connection. Right? You always see that tight end QB connection everywhere. You look at Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews, Dak Prescott with Dalton Schultz, LOL, because we're not going to see that anymore. But if you look around, you see those connections with quarterbacks and tight ends, and I with Bill O'Brien taking control of offensive coordinator this year, I will expect to see more Hunter Henry getting passes from Mac Jones, because that dude, I'm telling you, he can get the ball. He's really good. That Hunter Henry.
What you LOLing over there, Mike Hughes?
I didn't say shit. Check your ears, bitch.
I did. And they said, "See my cues."
That was me. That was
pride.
That was me. Problem
That
partner.
was pride. That was my Patriot.
Get out of
Patriot
here,
brother.
Get out of here.
Oh, that problem. Well, I can't tell because all I see is people's face. I can't tell. I don't have voices like that. Pride, suck a dick.
Okay. Just
why you gotta suck a dick? Pride didn't come for you. Pride didn't come for you. I came for you. I came for you. How you acting scary? How you acting scary? How you acting scary? Hey, Jay McLovin.
Know your role and shut your mouth, you jabroni.
Yes, sir.
Y'all both a bunch of jabronis fucking with an old man. What's wrong with you?
Fucking with
You
yourself.
definitely are old,
hey, what do me and Pride always say? Play with your mama, not with us.
Yes, sir.
Hey. Is that how you talk to your elders?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I'll kick you out of the
That's how we talking to you, right, Mike?
You bugging, B. Hey,
matter of fact,
B. Dead ass, B.
You want to know what it is? We on that energy, bro. His name's Ryan. My name's Poole. Put it together with Ryan Poole, and we out here taking over, bro.
Yes,
it's the energy, bro. It's
what
that
you talking about?
Yes, sir.
In the words of Frankie and all New Yorkers, I'm dead ass, B.
Oh, God.
Fuck is you saying right now, B?
Man, see, that's the problem with this country. Ain't nobody got no
mother, B.
Yo, I got a question right quick. Y'all know what lotion is, right?
Oh, shit. Why do I
I already know where this is going. I saw the picture.
I know where this is going, too. Let it go, Pride. Pride, let it go.
Let me just remind everybody that we are now sponsored with Google Play, and hopefully we're getting downloads and stuff like that. Just a little reminder. But go ahead, Pride.
Okay, was that supposed to stop? Yo, Mike, can I ask you a question, Mike?
Don't do it, Pride.
Mike, let me ask you a question. How does some dudes out here looking like Freddy Krueger, bro? Their hands is melting, bro. It's crazy, bro.
It's looking scary, baby.
Yo, Mike,
We're
some dude's hands might look like Lord Voldemort's nose by the time this year's over, bro. It's buck wild.
Bro looks like a welder with no gloves.
Yo, it's a crazy sensation. Looking like, yo, people out here playing with acid. Y'all stop playing with acid now, you heard?
Well, you know what happens when you pay your dues too much, bro? Your skin fall off.
Oh, shit.
He brought in Baltimore.
That's messed up and pretty damn funny.
Hold on. Remember, hypothetically.
All right?
Hypothetically. All right, respect us. All right, hypothetically. I ain't saying no names because again, this is a made up situation. But
of course.
You know what I mean?
It's made up situation by hermaphrodites. But go ahead.
All right. Anyways,
hold on. Question, but before we move on, real quick. Yeah, anyone here watch Star Wars?
Oh, of course.
Absolutely.
Instead of Revenge of the Sith, it's about to be Revenge of the Scavs. Get it?
Oh my god.
My bad. I'm off my corner. I'm in my corner. My bad.
Oh my god.
Completely
Yo.
completely inappropriate. A low class lack of skin follicle. Sorry, no, my bad. Sorry, my bad.
He said Star Wars Attack of the Clones.
Yo, Jay, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
How we got people's hands looking like claws out here?
He said, how many got hands like what?
Oh god.
How do we have people's hands looking like claws?
Oh damn.
Like I thought the bald eagle was endangered. Shoo, all over my timeline. Shoo. Hypothetically.
Oh, we've had a lot of hypotheticals, damn it. But, okay, one more.
Hypothetically,
in the Chicago Bears, baby.
Bro. Hypothetically, yo, my man look like Jeepers Creepers, bro. Hypothetically. Like, golly, bro. Like, matter of fact, let's call him Michael Myers because my man need a mask. Because, woo! But crazy.
Hey, if the glove fits.
He said his hands look like an Ashley OJ's hands. Oh, no. Mike, you follow, man.
I said nothing.
Oh, hypothetically, before I get yelled at, hypothetically, okay, I would hypothetically kill myself if my hands looked like there was melting, bro.
Oh my god.
Yo, my man's hands look like Carmelo's face, straight melting, bro.
Yo.
Hypothetically, Frankie, come on, don't do that to me, bro. Don't do that.
But we know when it comes to WWE, women superstars. It's not the face we look at.
Yo, Charlotte got to get a reduction, bro, because she looks like she about to fall over every time she freaking.
Bro, she's had many reductions.
Bro, get another one. Get another one.
She's already small from what she was before.
I'm saying, bro, like her tatas look like Nia Jax, bro. Like, come on, bro.
Hey,
like,
Pride.
What's up, baby?
I forgot to tell you, bro. Did you see the new jersey that the NFL just leaked, bro?
Oh my god,
bro! I'm really excited about it. Are you excited to see it as I am?
Let me see the script.
DJ Moore. I bet you it's a DJ Moore one.
Nice.
New York narcissist. Oh, that's nice.
No, Jay's not New York narcissist. Bro. That's not what it is. It's a New York Jets jersey calling Aaron Rodgers with that. Oh my god.
No, I know. That's what I said. That's nice.
No. Oh man, he didn't get it. He didn't get it. Get him out of here.
Oh my god, you really kicked him? Holy shit! What I stumble into?
I can do whatever I want here. I can do a lot of things.
Hey, Furman beat number 4 Virginia 68-67.
Yes, sir. That's my college, boys. That's got to be my college because I live like 5 minutes from them. So that's got to be my college. I got to rep.
Who?
Furman.
Yes.
Damn. What a setup.
Look at him. Hey, look. This was Pride when I said it. I set him up and he realized it.
I thought
As he said it, he said, damn.
Yo, I got, bro. No.
That was pretty good, though. I ain't gonna lie. That was pretty good.
No, it wasn't, Jay. Don't encourage him. What are you doing?
But I want to ask. Wait, hold up. I knew it was good, bro. Stop talking to me, old man. Anyway, damn. I'm just kidding.
He said Jay was the last Jedi.
Jay, that was too far.
Hey, listen, if I'm the last Jedi, you're like freaking Yoda on wheels.
Hey, Jay, we're sorry. It went too far. I'm sorry. Hey, but at least you don't have gray on your neck beard and you have a full beard because that'd be a problem.
Oh my god! I should have never showed. I'm not even gonna say nothing.
What happened?
I
don't get it. What's funny?
Neither do I. What's funny? What's the joke?
Just a statement.
Where's the brunch?
I should have never showed you guys that picture of the gray neck beard.
Bro, you ever see some?
No. Show me that pic, Frankie. You gotta send me that pic.
You didn't see it?
I ain't see it. I don't know what y'all talking about. I didn't see it.
Yeah. Me and Pride were busy. We were looking at pictures of hands like this.
Yo,
Mike. Fingers, baby.
Yo, more like nibble on him because golly, bro.
Gotta nibble that bitch tough, boy.
Bro, like a rabbit going to town on a carrot, bro.
That shit tougher than a raw steak on a hot November day, boy.
Who you telling, bro? One rub and I'm crazy.
But how, in all seriousness, because I'm happy Pride and Frankie are here. You know, we got conversations now. We got some conversations heating up. Probably more than certain because somebody didn't want to fucking say they were going to the Jets, but we all know they're going to the Jets. And according to Pride, it's already confirmed, bro. And you're a troll and a loser.
Believe it or not, he already was traded. OTAs happen. Week 1 starts tomorrow. Catch up, you fucks.
Wow. Insane. What a time to be alive. But with that being said, Aaron Rodgers goes on the Pat McAfee show, which was probably my favorite way of announcing something because for the first time ever, it's not Woj or Rappaport or Schefter or one of these little 5'5" white men announcing these reports because they have the phone numbers of everybody. Aaron Rodgers said, "Go fuck your mother. I don't want to talk to you. I'm talking to Pat." In a tank top with chains on. And we were rocking out on a YouTube live, us and a bunch of other 15-year-olds in their high school classrooms. And Pride and I heard this man say, he said, fuck Green Bay. I came out the darkness.
Why am I looking at this, man? Frankie! Bro!
You got the picture?
Bro! Gonzo, I want to start with you. How do you feel about Aaron Rodgers saying he came out the darkness feeling disrespected and that he's either going to the Jets or retiring? Came out the darkness.
Hey, somebody better give me that damn picture. I didn't get that damn picture.
I like that I love the fact that he went on McAfee instead of letting other people announce it, and also not going like on your normal one, your big networks, going on an independent like that. I thought I did like that move. Oh, I don't know how disrespected you can really feel because I mean he's the one that's last couple of years didn't know if he's going to play, keeps flirting with retirement, but I think he'll help the Jets. I'm not saying they're going to be a Super Bowl team, but I do think they have a chance to be a playoff team now.
Yeah, 100%. By the way, since we're talking about fuck Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, the Bears just signed Andrew Billings, defensive tackle.
Big
You'll love to fucking see it. You'll love to fucking see it, baby. We just keep getting better. Jay McLovin. Aaron Rodgers comes out the darkness like my ass on a Christmas morning. How you feel about it?
Oh no, I can't comment on that. Say that one more time.
So you can't comment because you don't know what he said. Got it.
No, say it one more time. I'm sorry. I was looking at Jonathan Matt. I just got the picture and it kind of fucked me up.
Oh, you can't say names. You're gone. Anyways, Pride comes out the darkness.
He's such a
comes
fuck.
Out the darkness.
Yo,
how do you feel about it?
Speaking of darkness, bro, that's crazy. Anyway, someone needs some darkness somewhere, cause you feel me, bro?
Oh,
I need 27. Let me show him out. Anyway, Patches. Look, bro. My man talking about I feel disrespected. Came out of darkness, all this stuff, right? Here's my question I have. Swear to God, real life question. He's butthurt at Adam Schefter, right? How did Adam Schefter know he was going to the Jets when he was still in darkness?
Because Adam Schefter knows everything.
I'm asking for a friend now because all this stuff was being reported while my man was crying and saying, yeah, it was me. Mike, you said, a short 5'5" white guy breaking the news. Well, a 5'5" white guy did break the news. Not just Adam Schefter, Aaron Rodgers, because that's how he's acting right now. He acted like a beta.
I think it's crazy to me though. You're like here's my thing. You know how I feel about it. I get upset when people hate on Pat McAfee because I think Pat McAfee does one hell of a job, and I'm really happy for him.
Leave him alone.
Goated. Leave him alone.
I'll fight for him.
So I will argue with Schefter and Woj and all these guys who think they're God just because they have phone numbers. But I will say this, Rodgers, you're upset because somebody in your circle folded, my guy. And that's really the big thing for me. And I think that's where he was upset that Shefty actually messaged him because I would be pissed too. Because I'm over here trying to find out who the fucking whistleblower is. And then you just come to me.
But the thing is, Mike, you can't get mad. You shouldn't get mad at Schefter.
I think I'm mad at the situation. I'm not mad at
but that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're going to be mad at the situation, I get that. You want to find out who did it, I'm with you. Don't get mad at Adam Schefter. Get mad at your boy for snitching. And here's the other thing. Supposedly, he didn't know anything until he got out of the darkness. If this is being reported before the darkness, that means one of two things. Either Aaron Rodgers been lying the whole time and wanted to go to the Jets the entire time, or at the bare minimum, this is a conversation he had before the bozo went into his little hidey hole. Like the math ain't mathing up right now, bro.
Right? Would you say it's safe to say this is how Shefty and Rodgers look at each other?
Luka, that's how Luka's Adam, 100%.
100%. And then, hey, look. Here's Green Bay.
And by the way, put up that Steph pick real quick.
Jordan Love.
Bears fans.
Oh, Bears fans.
Loving it all. You're like, oh. But nah, dog, like.
Hey, wait, hold on. Wait, Pride, I got one more.
Go ahead.
Jordan Love realizing he has to actually play in the NFL. I ain't gonna be here.
That's gonna be great. But nah, dog, like, I mean, look, I will agree with you in what Gonzo said before he left. I will agree. I do like the fact that, you know, they went through McAfee. There's a dude that a lot of people trust. I guarantee you that he told Pat McAfee before he got on his show. I guarantee it. I guarantee
he basically said it on his show, but just trying to be more like not saying
No. But what I'm saying is before that. I guarantee a couple days before he went on his show, he texted Pat McAfee and was curious to see what Pat McAfee was going to do. And he was curious to see, are you going to stitch it out yourself or are you going to wait? How are you going to play it? One thing about Pat McAfee, you can give him the hottest news in the world. If he ain't got permission to release it, he'll ask you. If he don't, My man chilling like, oh, I don't know, bro. I was just picking my dingleberries. What we doing? And that's the line he will say.
You know what would be real funny? What would be real funny is if the Packers don't even trade him away.
100%.
Bro, I'm gonna pee my pants.
I wouldn't. I'm gonna keep it a bean. I'm gonna keep it a bean. I wouldn't. And I'll say it for this reason. Right now, his trade value is at an all-time low because Rodgers went out. It is because Rodgers went out there and he said, "Yo, fuck Green Bay. I'm not going back." So if I'm the Jets, bro, I'll give you a third. That's it. And if they tell me no, okay, cool. Then I'll just bluff and say I'm getting Lamar. Like, I don't care. Like, hey, I still got Zach Wilson. I could make a bluff and say I got Zach. No, I hear you, but you know what I mean?
I get what you're saying.
Like, I drafted this kid number 2. You think I don't have a problem with that? So to me, it's like, bro, you lost all of your leverage in this, waiting for this motherfucker to come out the darkness. Probably not expecting him to say what he said. But again, it leads back to the narcissist point. I mean, I think half of what he said was bullshit, and I think he's playing the victim when whole time he acts like an asshole every single offseason. But that's just me. But I think it's crazy to say, you know, you're gonna shit on our organization. You're gonna walk out the way you're gonna walk out. All right, cool. Retire then, because we ain't trading you.
Right.
Yeah, I know who snitched him out, bro. I know exactly who snitched him out. Who was the first Green Bay Packer wide receiver to get signed to a new team?
I said, watch. They gonna start signing everybody that's Packer affiliate.
I put money on it. Lazard was the first one to call up Aaron Rodgers when he got out of his hobbit hole.
Shit, you know Hackett's already there too, so it's like, you know.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, here's my thing with Aaron though. Here's my thing with him, like, and this is why like it's hard for me. I'll acknowledge that he's an all-time great. I'll acknowledge that.
Oh, 100%.
But this is why I've said this before. I would rather have Trent Dilfer than Aaron Rodgers. Because at least I know if Trent does something dumb, at least he'll say I did something dumb.
Right.
At the bare minimum. You know what? Yeah, we gonna lose. We might go over. We might. But at the bare minimum, I know I could build a culture. You can't do that with Aaron Rodgers. My man's out here throwing an interception. I don't know who's worse, him or Ben Roethlisberger. I don't know who's worse. They out here doing check downs to a running back who's running a curl route. He throwing a check down, and he's looking at him like, what are you doing? AJ Dillon's like, hey, yo, lick my nuts, dog. It's a whole nother play. You want to bang? I'm a victim. I'm a victim.
It's definitely Aaron Rodgers because Aaron Rodgers blames everybody but himself, and we all seen it.
Oh, that's true.
He had to blame it on the wide receiver.
Did the same thing.
But not as much, but not as bad and not as much as Aaron Rodgers.
I don't know, man. Ben Roethlisberger literally went on a show after every week and was just like, everyone sucks. By the way, you got a girl I could meet up with?
Yeah, but you got Aaron Rodgers blaming it on the head coach. Then he blames on his offensive coordinator. Then he's over here crying that the front office is all different back from 2005. Like he can't make up his mind on who he wants to blame.
Yeah, you know, you're right. But no, all I'm saying though, when it comes to Aaron Rodgers, bro, like it's hard to want to take a guy like Aaron, bro. Like I'm being completely unbiased because yes, he's an all-time great, but I don't want to put up with the fact that after every loss, you're pointing fingers at everybody, every single person, like everybody, bro. You do, like if you throw the ball all the time, you get mad that oh, we should have ran the ball more. Oh, you're the franchise quarterback. You're the franchise quarterback.
Not only the franchise quarterback, you're the leader on that field. Like everybody's gonna give you have the absolute right. It's not like you know. It's not like who should I say? It's not like Mac Jones. It's not like Justin Fields, like where like the coach is okay for you to just go ahead and change the play or make a different call on the field. You're Aaron freaking Rodgers. You can go ahead on the field and just be like, okay, well, I see. All right, we're not going to do this. Let's go ahead and run it. We're not going to do this. No, you have the absolute right, bro. Like, don't go out there blaming somebody else when you see something different.
But the thing is, he has the right. He does it, and then he still blames everybody else.
Exactly.
That's why it's hard for me to look at Aaron Rodgers and be like, yeah, I want him. You know what I mean? Like I said, bro, I would honestly rather just shrug my shoulders and go through a full-blown if I'm the Jets, I would rather start Zach Wilson. Not because he's good, but I would rather have somebody there that is not going to ruin the entire locker room. Like, I got 4 or 5 other youngsters that I know could counterbalance Zach Wilson. I know this. We've already seen it. He got benched, and everybody was behind Robert Saleh for that. They rocking Robert Saleh, and we're rocking with Mike White. They said, we don't care. The energy he brings and the leadership and the accountability, we rock with it. So it's like, you think Aaron Rodgers going to go to that situation and make it better?
I fucking love Zach Wilson. That man literally, he comes out and he's like, yeah, go ahead, get Aaron Rodgers. I'm going to make his life live in hell. Like, on God, he's like, I'm going to make this man live in hell. I don't give a damn.
Shout out to him. Shoot. Cray boy. Yeah, cray boy.
All right, folks. Hey, we're going to get some final thoughts because Jay got to go walk blue before Blue decides to do blue-like things. Final thoughts. Pride, we'll start with you, brother.
What a time to be alive. What a time indeed. Isn't it great when you can just go to sleep, wake up, look at your hands and say, my God, they're normal? Count your blessings, ladies and gentlemen. Not everyone in the world has that blessing. You want to know what another blessing everyone should count their lucky stars for? That we're alive and we're able to enjoy watching the greatest basketball player to ever grace God's green earth. One, LeBron Ramon James from Akron, Ohio, born to one Gloria James. Imagine this, Jay. He's a pass-first player. He has the most points in NBA history. Let that sink in. An unselfish player leads in the most selfish side. What? And his hairline coming back. He went, ooh. Feel me, Bron? Come on, Bron. You feel me? Do some Bronny things for me, my boy. And his kid's eye too. His kid's eye. But Bron,
he is doing
and maybe if we're lucky, we'll see Bronny and LeBron over there in Orlando on the same team. Hey, I'm just saying, maybe
we'll see.
LeBron, stop that talk because LeBron even has said it. If his son gets drafted to Orlando, he will consider retiring. I mean, not going to go.
He can say a lot of things. Hey, listen. And then the decision part 2 will come out, and he'll announce he's going to go to Orlando. What are we talking about?
I'm going to tell you this right now. For him to be able to actually play with his son, he'll go to the G League. I'm saying he'll go. He will go. He's got to say he won't leave now. He's kind of got to say that because remember last time he said that when he was with Cleveland, everyone got butthurt. Everyone was deep in their feelings. So he kind of has to say that now.
I wouldn't go as a player. If you're going to go to the G League with your son, go there as a coach or something. That way, I don't know. It just kind of does something. It's not going to fuck the legacy up or anything, but it just looks bad. I'd rather see him go there as a coach. If you're going to do that, go as a coach. Don't go as a player.
He wants to. You know who LeBron is. LeBron is a history-making player. And by going as a history-making player, he wants to be the one and only person in NBA history to play on the same team with his son. That's the one.
I get that, but if he does that, he's taking away a spot from somebody who really could use that G League experience.
Well, they should be. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear
that. What's wrong with saying that he's taking a spot away from somebody who actually needs to develop to try to make it to the NBA? I mean,
coming from the guy who supported having the Rockets keep John Wall for over a year, I don't want to hear nothing.
I never supported it.
I don't want to hear nothing.
What are they going to do? I didn't tell him to do that.
I don't want to hear no team. Frankie, I don't want to hear no team. No team, brother. No team. Ridiculous.
Oh, Lord. Then they put that's even worse. You put the ridiculous in it. Oh, damn. Okay, Roger that goes right up out of this fool. Frankie, final thoughts.
Yo, yeah, man. Other than basketball, I'm gonna go on football news and just go out and say, Bill Belichick, we got more work to do. Go out there, get D-Hop if you can, get Judy if you can, even get Sutton if you can. Do something to make us contend against the AFC East because now the AFC East is looking like the Beast division, and we need to compete against the rest of these people. Miami Dolphins, you suck. New York Jets, have Aaron Rodgers. You still suck. Buffalo Bills, you're okay, but we're coming because guess what? Your defense is going to suck. So, boom.
Hey, let me tell you something, man. Frankie, I'm serious. I'm right there with you, man. Cowboys, Jerry Jones. I know you're the man at that damn team, but Lord Jesus, please, can you sign the following people? Bobby Wagner. I would have said Miles Sanders, but you kind of missed the boat on that. So could you please, find an offensive lineman in the draft, please, or a free agency, whatever comes first, and sign Bobby Wagner. And then please, for the love of God, get us a damn running back in the draft because we need a running back, preferably Robinson. I think Robinson will be there 26. If not, Gibbs. Somebody going to be there, damn it. But Jerry.
You're naming all those positions and all those players. You guys need a tight end still. You guys have not re-signed.
Oh, shit. Thank you for reminding me. Jerry, hey, how about giving Dalton Schultz, what he's worth in money? The guy, give him $13 million. Give him whatever it is. Come on, he's worth it. Give him the damn. Jerry, stop being Jerry. Make some moves, damn it. Make some moves. Anyway, Frankie, I just want to say I'm right there with you, man. I'm really sad that my team hasn't made any moves. It's funny, though, Frankie. Every time I turn on the internet, I see all this. Oh, Dallas is talking to such and such. Dallas is talking to such and such. Dallas is bringing them in. Michael Parsons is out there recruiting. And then you know what happens? We get shit.
I'm the same way. I've been seeing news all day.
We get shit.
I've been seeing news about Bill Belichick and the Patriots in contact with Arizona for Hopkins. They've been in contact with Denver for Judy or Sutton. We've been in contact with Odell Beckham Jr. Yeah, we're over here signing Juju Smith-Schuster. We're signing this person and that person. And I'm just like, okay, where's the big
but you know what? No, but I get it for more than one sport, Frankie. Hey, Astros are looking at Vasquez. Astros are looking at Benintendi. And yet, I only get one person, Jose Abreu. Not that I mind Jose Abreu. I'm glad you're here. But we needed a few more other players to be here, too. I'm just saying, I'm so sick of the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and then this is what we get.
Well, in those news, you got some players coming back, and Pena will be back with you guys soon because Dominican Republic lost to Puerto Rico. Wepa, Puerto Rico, we're in the quarterfinals. We're gonna play Venezuela, and then we're gonna knock off Jose Altuve and them, and then you'll have them back too, Jason.
Hey, I need my guys back, so I don't give a damn. Beat them, I don't care.
Let's go, Puerto Rico.
Anyway. No.
Also, Team USA in the next round as well as we get ready to go on and play. I think it's Mexico. We're playing on Saturday, so it's a one-game elimination round. So this is where everything gets real with the baseball classic. Let's go USA, keep it up. I got two teams to go for in the WBC, so I can't be mad. I got Team USA and I got Team Puerto Rico. They're both moving on. I'm gonna be happy either way. Whoever goes further, whoever wins. But let's not overlook Japan because this team has to lose. This team has yet to lose in the WBC, and they just beat Italy this morning and have moved on to the semifinals.
Wow. Yeah, no doubt. Right now, just a little quick recap. Utah State is 49, Missouri 47, with 10:44 to go in the second, so they still got quite a bit there. Kansas right now is kicking the crap out of Howard, 53-40, with 18:59 to go in the second. Of course, as they announced earlier, Furman did beat number 4 Virginia, number 68-67. And number 8, Maryland beat number 9, West Virginia, 67-65. There are your updates. This is your boy, Jay McLovin, saying thank you, Frankie C. Your boy, Gonzo, if you don't mind, go check him out. He's on Easy Money right now on the All Sports, All Plays Network. And then you'll get Unscripted tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as well. Thank you to Pride. Thank you to Mike Hughes. For coming on the show, man. Always great to have you guys. Rob Scott, thanks for making a brief appearance. And but no, as always, man, we love Rob Scott. And check Twitter, Unscripted out for all those important updates on Unscripted guys, all one word, on Twitter, and then Unscripted on TikTok under Unscripted Sports, all one word. And then also check out the All Sports, All Plays network. That's the ASAP network. On Google Play, on Amazon Prime. Check our new app out. That's the ASAP app. And we are partnered up with Bet Us, so make sure you check that as well. And until next time, it's your boy Jay and Frank.
Jay, also, ASAP Network, don't forget, if you guys have Roku TV, you guys could download us on the Roku TV as well, and you can watch us on your TV streaming only if you have the Roku device.
And there you go. Check us out on Roku as well. Jeez, man, if you can't find us, well, you must be Ray Charles or something because we all over the place. Until next time, it's your boy Jay and my boy Frankie C saying next time.
Whole sports all plays. Yeah. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365 we making